From Story Field on the campus of Lower Columbia College in Longview, welcome to the 2019 NWAC Baseball Championships. I'm Jim DeBruler, part of a team of broadcasters bringing you every game of this year's championship series. All games can be viewed on Topher Vision, and selected games involving Lower Columbia can be heard on KLOG.com. And in tonight's ball game involving Lower Columbia and Linn-Benton, we've got Topher Vision and KLOG.com. This is game number 10 in this year's tournament, and it features Lower Columbia against Linn-Benton. Lower Columbia, the number 2 ranked team in the NWAC. Linn-Benton, the number 5 ranked team. Lower Columbia finished first in the West region, and Linn-Benton finished first in the South region. This is a loser-out ball game, as both teams have suffered a loss. Linn-Benton falling to Tacoma in the opening round 10-1. They came back yesterday and downed Edmonds 5-0. Lower Columbia won their first round game 8-1 over Mount Hood, but fell last night in a heartbreaker to Everett by a score of 2-1. Let's pick up the playing of the national anthem.
National anthem. Devils, Roadrunners, time
This ball game was originally scheduled to start at 2:35 today, but weather issues in the first ball game between Mount Hood and Spokane, which Spokane won 9-3 to stay alive. They had 2 rain delays totaling 50 minutes, and given the fact it was raining pretty good at the conclusion of that game, they made the decision to push this one back as the weather is supposed to start to clear up. About a 30% chance of rain right now, and that dissipates through the rest of the evening. And then tomorrow promises to be a very nice day here in the Longview-Kelso area. Let's look at the starting lineups real quickly as we're about ready to get this game underway. Lower Columbia is the visiting team today. Trevor Perro bats leadoff at short. Deshaun Johnson bats second, plays second base. Noah Andrews bats third in center field. Shane Jamison bats cleanup at first. Colin Floyd bats fifth. He is the DH. Chase Matheny is in right field batting sixth. Drew Barlow bats seventh at third base. G.J. Hurst bats eighth in left field. Zach Threlfall catches and bats ninth. And the pitcher is Yancey Bird. So you got a Kelso battery today as Yancey Bird and Zach Threlfall, both Kelso High graduates. For Linn-Benton, they'll lead off with Daquan Dennis Lee at third base. At shortstop, Richard Mascarenas. Batting third in center field, Jacob Melton. Batting cleanup in left field, Parker Kuntz. Batting fifth, the DH, Colton Talton. Batting sixth at doing the catching, Jordan Mumbahe. Batting seventh, playing second base, Marcus Leiden. Batting eighth. And playing first base, Fritjof Fremstad. Batting ninth in right field, Maxwell Long. And pitching for Linn-Benton is Eric Hill. Hill, a right-hander, an earned run average of 3.06 and a record of 4 wins, 3 losses on the year. So no rain over the top of Storyfield right at the present. In the hills off in the distance, we can see what appears to be perhaps a light shower. But a lot of times here in the Cowlitz Valley, that rain will kind of skirt to the north of us when it appears that way. And hoping that certainly that's what happens here, as we've battled weather all day long, and I think that's a factor in the crowd tonight, as we've got kind of a small crowd. That and the fact that this ball game was scheduled for 2:30. A lot of people made plans for that, already had plans for the evening, and so they've gone ahead and stuck with those. Just about ready to get this ball game underway. And leading off for the Lower Columbia College Red Devils will be Trevor Perro, the shortstop. Trevor, young man out of Hot Springs, Montana, hitting .280 on the year. Gold Glove shortstop. Just a marvelous young athlete. Here comes the first pitch from Eric Hill. Right on the outside edge, called a strike. Time of the first pitch, 6 p.m. 6 p.m., right on the nose. Hill working from the third base side of the pitching rubber. Has a sign he wants. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. Breaking ball down low and away, and the count evens up at 1-1. Hill has kind of a hesitation to his delivery. .63 freshman out of Wilsonville. There you see the hesitation. For those of you watching on Topher Vision, there's the next pitch. A breaking ball in for a called strike, and the count is 1-2. On the year, Linn-Benton, a record of 31 wins, 10 losses. They were 20-4 in conference. Lower Columbia 36-9, 22-3 in conference. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. Check swing, gets away from the catcher, and hustling all the way down to first base is Trevor Perro, and they had no chance to get him as he is blistering fast. So a strikeout, but Perro is aboard.
The second baseman, number 11, Deshaun Johnson.
And in steps Deshaun Johnson. Deshaun playing second base tonight. Last night, Hunter Cook played second. On the year, Deshaun had a good year, hitting .305 with 1 home run. Perro with 26 stolen bases at first. There's the pitch. A curveball stays a little bit inside, and the count is 1 ball. Delighted you're with us on Topher Vision and KLOG.com. Outfield straight away for Deshaun Johnson. He'll be followed by Noah Andrews. Wind blowing in slightly over the left field fence towards home plate. There's a toss over to first, and Perro gets back in diving. Hill looks over his left shoulder at Perro, who has a sizable lead. Here comes the 1-0 pitch. It's going to be a breaking ball in for a called strike, and the count evens up at 1-1. No hesitancy on the part of Eric Hill to go to the curveball. There's a snap toss over again, and once again, Perro gets back in, diving. The loser of this game is out of the tournament. The winner will play either Everett or Tacoma tomorrow. 2 ball games on tap tomorrow. Again, a snap toss over there, and once again, Trevor gets back in diving. Linn-Benton very aware of Trevor Perro's prowess in stealing bases. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. Outside, ball 2, 2-1 the count. In the ball game following this, Tacoma will play Everett. Those are the 2 unbeaten teams in the tournament. 2-1 the count on Deshaun Johnson, right-handed batter. Open stance. Waves that bat back and forth. Here comes the 2-1 pitch, lifted in the air down the right field line. The right fielder Maxwell Long giving chase will run out of room as it bangs up against the fence down there. And the count now 2-2 on Deshaun Johnson. Shane Jamison picked up the bat for Deshaun and hands it to him. Deshaun has a long look down to his head coach, Eric Lane, in the third base coach's box. Perro again with a sizable lead over at first. There's a snap toss over once again, and Trevor dives back in. It would appear that Perro is certainly in the mind of Eric Hill. He'll come set. The runner goes. There's a ground ball to the left side. This is going to be a tough play to shortstop. Mascarenas fields, throws to first, and it's not in time. So the shortstop was going to cover second base and then had to come back to his right to field that ball in the hole. And there you see the replay. And couldn't quite get enough on the throw, so it'll be an infield hit for Deshaun Johnson. So the Red Devils have runners on first and second with nobody down, and Noah Andrews, hitting .342 on the year, steps in. The runners get their leads. Corner infielders play up on the cut of the grass. Noah squares to bunt, pulls the bat back, takes a called strike, and the count is 0-1. Shane Jamieson in the on-deck circle for the Red Devils. Looks like we have a bit of a shower in the hills just beyond the right field fence. Jamieson steps out of the batter's box with that left foot, looks down to his coach, or Noah Andrews, excuse me, gets back in. Outfield straightaway. He'll come set. Checks the runner out at second. Long look. Now comes to the plate. There's a fly ball lifted into center field. Center fielder Malcolm goes back on the ball, catches it. And breaking from second on his way into third, Trevor Perro. He's in, sliding with a head-first slide. So the Red Devils now with runners on first and third with one man down. And that will bring in Shane Jamieson. Shane in the tournament is 4 of 7 so far, .571 average on the season, hitting .338. First night of the tournament had 2 key doubles. Right-handed batter. Here's the pitch. There's a fly ball lifted into deep left center field. Milton going back on the ball. He cannot catch up to it. It bangs up against the wall. Trevor Perro in. Here comes Deshaun Johnson rounding third. He comes to the plate and scores, and in with a triple is Shane Jamieson. The Red Devils on top 2-0 here in the top half of the first inning. Again, good clutch hitting by Shane Jamieson. First pitch swinging. Hits a long fly ball into deep left center field. There you see the replay. Melton going back on the ball. Looked like he might have had a chance for it. Also aware of the wall. Could not come up with it. And then kind of bobbled it out there. So we'll see if it's a double and an error or a triple all the way. Regardless, the Red Devils are on the board 2-0 here in the top half of the first. Runner on third. And a one-man down. In steps Colin Floyd. The first pitch catches the outside edge for a called strike. And the count is 0-1. Hill pitching from the stretch with the runner on third. The 0-1 down low and away. Count evens up at 1-1. Colin Floyd, 5 home runs on the year. Hitting .299. The 1-1 pitch down low. Good stop by the catcher Jordan Mumbahe. And the count is 2-1 on Colin. Chase Matheny is on deck. Infield plays up all the way around. The 2-1 pitch lifted in the air, shallow right field. This may be a tough play. It's going to fall in for a base hit. And now they're going to try to throw behind Floyd. And he just keeps right on going into second base, and the throw goes into left field. So Colin Floyd is aboard with a single, and as they threw in behind him when he took the big wide turn, he just kept going. and motors on into second base. So it'll be a single and an error on the first baseman, a throwing error. And the Red Devils pick up another run. They now lead it by a score of 3-0 here in the top half of the first, and we're going to get a visit to the mound. You could not have scripted a better start for the Red Devils to come up with 3 big runs. And you got Yancey Bird, who has been pretty much lights out all year long for the Red Devils with an earned run average of 1.35. Although if there's been a hiccup in Yancey over the past couple of years, it's been that he has a little bit of trouble playing with a wet baseball. And looks like that shower creeps ever closer to Story Field. In fact, some umbrellas starting to go up, so perhaps a light shower occurring here. It is supposed to clear out about 7 o'clock tonight, however, and we should be clear to go from then on. The visit is over. Colin Floyd out at second base in scoring position. And Chase Matheny, a young man who has been red hot over the past 10 or 12 games, steps in. Floyd a short lead out at second. Here comes the pitch to Matheny. It's up high, ball 1. 1-0 the count. Outfield straight away. Shortstop Mascarenas plays quite deep for Chase Matheny. Boy, Chase has really played good outfield here in this tournament as well. Good looking athlete. The 1-0 pitch. Breaking ball in there, right at the letters for a strike. And the count evens up at 1-1. Red Devils in the white pants and the navy blue jerseys. Linn-Benton in the road grays. Hill nods, has a sign he wants from Jordan Mumbahe. Again, very deliberate worker. Here comes the 1-1. Curveball, catches the inside edge for a called strike, and the count is 1-2. The umpires for tonight's game, Jim Courtney behind the plate, Mark Hewitt at first, and Nick Stevens at third. One and two the count on Chase Matheny. Big hole on the right side. The 1-2 pitch hit sharply to the left side, through into left field. It's a base hit, and they're going to hold up Colin Floyd at third as the throw comes in and is cut off. So Chase Matheny continues to hit the ball well. That is 4 hits in the first inning for the Red Devils, and that'll bring in Drew Barlow. Drew in the tournament, 2 of 7 for a 286 average on the season, hitting .239. Right-handed batter, got that hair flowing out the back of his helmet. Here comes the pitch to Drew, hit right back to the middle. Pitcher knocks it down. He's not going to be able to make a play at the plate. He does, however, get the out at first, and there's a collision there between Drew Barlow and the first baseman, Fritjof Fremstad, and Fremstad got the worst of that, and wow, we got a warning? A warning or maybe even an ejection, I'm not sure. Home plate umpire, Jim Courtney is going to meet with Mark Hewitt. Now all 3 umpires are going to come in and talk about this. Drew's not the kind of kid that's going to run over somebody intentionally. There you see the replay. Hit right back to the mound. Pitcher knocks it down, and no chance for a play at the plate. And Barlow coming up the line, and it looked to me like he was within his lane. This may be one that they go to the replay on. I'm not sure. Again, if you know Drew Barlow, he was inside the line there. So see how they call this. So it's going to be a non-call on the collision down at first base, not intentional. And there you see Mark Hewitt, the first base umpire, explaining to Fritjof Fremstad. So the Red Devils pick up another run. The bases are now empty, 2 men down. Score that last play 1-3, and G.J. Hurst steps in. The pitch to G.J. right at the knees on the outside edge. Said the bases are empty. They're not. Chase Matheny is the runner out at second base. If GJ can get this ball down on the outfield grass, Red Devils have a chance to pick up a 5th run. There's the next pitch, high and away, and the catcher set up out there. 1-1 the count. Wind picking up just a little bit. Not the gale force winds that we had night before last. I'll tell you, it was just howling here. Here comes the 1-1 pitch, fouled up and away, third base side. Rain starting to fall a little bit harder right now. Red Devils looking to extend this inning, up 4-0 here in the top half of the first. Delighted you're with us on Topher Vision and KLOG.com. Hill ready, the 1-2, chopped right side, foul, goes past the dugout. Count remains 1-2 on GJ. Eric Hill has thrown a lot of pitches here in the top half of the first. With a 4-0 lead, Yancey just going to be charged with coming out and throwing strikes. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. Called strike 3, fastball right on the inside edge. Nice pitch by Eric Hill, and G.J. Hurst is called out. But the Red Devils do major damage here in the top half of the first. 4 runs on 4 hits. There was 1 error, 1 runner left onto the bottom half of the first. The score, Lower Columbia 4, Linn-Benton coming to bat.
I am strong. I won't give up.
I put my heart into the game.
I learned from my mistakes.
Focus.
Determination. Confidence.
I trust my gut.
No limits.
Preparation.
Dedication.
Leadership. I want to make my team and family proud.
Be an inspiration for other girls who like sports.
Join the movement.
LCC has definitely prepared me to transfer to Oregon State because it's helped me with my study skills. I'm a much harder worker than I was in high school.
I had a great support base by the staff, and I've made some great friends that I think I'll carry on with my life.
I've definitely loved my classes. I've learned a lot. It's been a healthy environment.
Don't be afraid to branch out. The people here are awesome. I'm going to be in it for a while, but down the road I'll be finishing up and be ready to join the workforce.
On to the bottom half of the first. Red Devils 4, Linn-Benton coming to bat.
Leading off the bottom of the first
Yancey
inning.
Bird with a record of 4-2 and earned run average of 1.35 will face the top third of the Linn-Benton lineup. Daquan Dennis Lee, Richard Mascarenas, and Jacob Melton. Dennis Lee, left-handed batter, hitting .271 on the year. The pitch is down the low, ball 1. 1-0 the count. Outfield starts off straight away. The next pitch is a fastball just a little bit outside. 2-0 the count. Yancey works quite rapidly with nobody on base. The 2-0 pitch, fastball. Pours it in there for a called strike, and the count is 2-1. Yancey has a sign from his battery mate. Zach Threlfall, next pitch, fastball right at the knees. Count evens up at 2-2, and now that outfield shifts around. They'll play way to the left for the left-handed hitting Daquan Dennis Lee. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. It's a fastball, or check that cutter. Just a little bit inside. Count runs full now. And now the outfield will shift back straight away with the full count. Yancey ready, the 3-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. Good heat right on the outside edge at the knees. And that'll bring in Richard Mascarenas. Fans, don't forget to check out the official tournament merchandise for t-shirts, sweatshirts, Under Armour gear, and more. Everything fully customizable. Get your tournament gear today. Supplies are limited. Visit them online at nwacstore.com/NWAC. First pitch is a little bit low, ball one, 1-0 the count. To Richard Mascarenas, right-handed batter hitting .306. The next pitch is a fastball outside, 2-0 the count. Yancey's going to ask for a new baseball. And is granted one. Right-hander out of Kelso is ready. The 2-0 pitch. Rides a little bit inside, and the count is 3-0. See if Mascarenas is taken all the way. The 3-0 pitch hits him. So Mascarenas is aboard after being hit by the pitch. And this is a thing you always worry about a little bit with Yancey. Again, kind of a history in bad weather of being a little bit wild. Runner aboard, one down, and Jacob Melton, the center fielder, steps in, hitting .375 on the year. Yancey peers over the left shoulder at the runner at first, Mascarenas. Here comes the pitch. It's a fastball, high and away, ball one. You can hear the Linn-Benton fans and the ball club cheering pretty loud. They're into it, trying to get their ball club back in the ball game. Yancey ready. The 1-0, swing and a miss. Had a good fastball, and the count evens up at 1-1. Melton with a long look down to his coach, down in the third base coach's box. Yancey comes set. The 1-1, swing and a miss. Had a fastball right on the outside edge. Good heat from Yancey, and the count is 1-2. And again, that outfield goes into the shift as they pull around to the left. Yancey shakes off a sign, now nods, has the one he wants. Mascarenas with a lead at first. The next pitch, called strike three, fastball right on the outside edge. Big time pitch by Yancey Bird. That's 2 strikeouts, and that'll bring in Parker Kuntz. Kuntz hitting .444 on the year. Here's the pitch, fastball, poured in there for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. With a runner on first, Yancey working from the first base side of the rubber. Comes set. The 0-1. There's a bunt in the air behind the plate, going to come back over the press box. And the count is no balls and 2 strikes. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Slider low and away, comes all the way to the backstop. And the count is 1-2. That allows the runner, Richard Mascarenas, to move on down to second base. That was not the big sweeping curveball that we see out of Yancey. Checks the runner at second. The 1-2 inside. Backs Kuntz off the plate, and the count now 2-2. Yancey has the sign he wants from Threlfall. The 2-2 pitch. Curveball, swing and a miss, strike 3. So Yancey Bird strikes out 3 here in the bottom half of the first. No runs on no hits, no errors, 1 left. We've played 1. The score, Lower Columbia 4, Linn-Benton nothing.
I chose Centralia College because I wanted to stay close at home while getting a great education. Playing for a smaller school has a strong sense of a community, and they just want to see you succeed. We're bigger than just a team. We're a big family. My name is Dylan. I play baseball at Centralia College, and I go boldly.
On to the top half of the second at Story Field. Red Devils leading Linn-Benton 4-0. Clark College in Vancouver, Washington is enrolling for summer quarter. Whether you want to advance your career, complete a degree, or earn your high school diploma, Clark College can help you reach your goals. Visit clark.edu to learn more. Zach Threlfall will step it in to lead it off for the Red Devils here in the top half of the second. I'm a little fouled up. I always think of Lower Columbia as the home team, and I'm having trouble getting used to the fact they're the visitors here today in tournament play. Hill ready. The pitch fouled back into the screen. Count 1 strike. Be sure to follow the NWAC on Twitter and Facebook at NWAC Sports and on Instagram at NWAC Sports 1 for all the latest NWAC news. Also visit nwacsports.org for the most recent information on schedules, scores, stats, and more. Hill ready, the 0-1 to Zach inside. Count evens up at 1-1. Hill has the signing once. Big right-hander goes into the windup. The 1-1. Called a strike right on the inside edge. Count 1-2 on Zach Threlfall. Zach will be followed by the leadoff hitter Trevor Perro and then Deshaun Johnson. 9-1-2 here in the top of the second. Hill ready. The 1-2. Curveball hit in the air right center field, falling fast, and a terrific catch in right field, right center field by Maxwell Long as he goes airborne to rob Zach Threlfall of extra bases. And then you're going to get a chance to see the replay on Topher Vision, and just a fine catch by Maxwell Long. So one man down here in the top half of the second. And that brings in Trevor Perro. Trevor actually struck out but got to first on a wild pitch in that first inning and scored the first run of the ball game for the Red Devils. Here comes the pitch. Inside ball 1. Fans, don't forget to check out the official tournament merchandise for t-shirts, sweatshirts, Under Armour gear, and more. Everything fully customizable. Check it out at the nwacstore.com/NWAC. Here comes the 1-0 pitch, fouled up and out of play. Count 1 ball, 1 strike on Trevor. Eric Hill has the signing once, peers over the top of his glove. Here comes the 1-1. Curveball inside, 2-1 to count on Trevor Perro. With his speed, Red Devils would love to get him on base. Second baseman Marcus Leiden plays quite deep. Now comes up a couple of steps, right on the edge of the outfield grass. Here comes the 2-1 pitch, fouled back into the screen behind the plate. Count evens up at 2-2. Temperature currently 54 degrees, light rainfall here in Longview. Wind has died down. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. Chopped third base side. picked up in foul territory by about a foot by the third baseman, DeQuan Dennis Lee, and that was going to be a close play at first. Trevor Perro was really getting up the line. Count remains 2-2 on Trevor. Noah Andrews hands Trevor the bat as he makes his way back toward the right-handed batting box. See the shot from center field camera on Topher Vision with the umbrellas still up. Light rainfall here in Longview right now. Supposed to be in the mid-70s tomorrow, so if you're looking for something to do, come on over and enjoy some terrific collegiate baseball. There's the next pitch, down low, 3-2 the count on Trevor Perro. Once again, Hill ready. 3-2 pitch. Inside, ball 4. Trevor Perro with good speed is aboard. And that'll bring in Deshaun Johnson, who singled his last time up. Hit and run single as Perro was attempting to steal second. The shortstop was going to go to cover, and the ball was hit right where the shortstop had been. Again, a huge lead over at first base for Trevor. Here's the pitch. Up high, ball 1. 1-0 the count. 306 down the left field line here at Story Field. 342 in left center. 387 to dead center. And to hit a home run to dead center, you have to put it on the roof of a 2-story batting barn. 354 to right center. And 326 down the right field line. There's a toss over to first, and they got him. Trevor Perro gets picked off. He was, I believe, getting ready to go to second. There you're going to get a chance to see the replay, and close play over there, but they got him. Eric Lane over talking to the umpire Mark Hewitt right now, and not sure if he's going to appeal the call or not. Now the 3 umpires are going to get together and talk about it a little bit. Eric felt pretty strongly that Trevor Perro was safe, and right now Mark Hewitt is asking Eric to go back over to his third base coach's box. Eric doesn't get too worked up very often. There you see a replay from a different angle, and he was back in there, I think. I think he was back in. But I have no say. So let's see. They're going to put the headset on. They're going to go down and take a look at this, and if they're seeing what I saw, I think this call might very possibly be overturned. The NWAC is rallying behind Wounded Warrior Project, a nonprofit organization whose mission is to honor and empower the wounded warriors. Wounded Warrior Project connects the more than 100,000 wounded warriors, family members, and caregivers it serves with programs that empower them to live their lives on their own terms. Thanks to generous donors, the Wounded Warrior Project is proud to offer these services free of charge. To get involved and learn more, visit woundedwarriorproject.org. Mark Hewitt, the first base umpire, and home plate umpire Jim Courtney continue to look at the video down the right field fence line, courtesy of Topher Vision. And we'll probably get a ruling here, and they say safe. So Trevor Perro is ruled safe after a review, and I thought that might be the case. And boy, it sure is nice to have that in-house here. Talking to John Jackson first night of the tournament, and John does a lot of umpiring at higher levels in the NCAA, and he said that our replay, or Chris Garad's replay system, Topher Vision, is as good as anything he has seen. So Perro gets his lead over at first. 1-0 the count on Deshaun Johnson. The pitch is in for a called strike, and the count evens up at 1-1. Outfield straight away for just Deshawn. Noah Andrews in the on-deck circle. Perro with a good lead over at first. The count is actually 0-1. They had 1-1 up there. It's 0-1. Hill leans down to get the signal from his catcher, Jordan Mumbahe. Has the sign he wants. The runner goes, fouled back into the screen, and Perro had a huge jump. There was no way they were going to throw him out. Sean has a look down to Eric Lane. Now gets back in that right-handed batter's box. Trevor again with a huge lead. He'll come set. The 0-2 pitch down low, and they called a balk. So Trevor Perro goes on down to second base on the balk. And now Deshaun Johnson with a well-placed single could bring in the 5th run of the game for the Red Devils. Lower Columbia leading here in the top of the second, 4-0. If you just joined us, they got 4 runs on 4 hits in the top of the first. Hill nods, he's got the sign he wants. Perro just a moderate lead out at second right now. There's the next pitch, down low and away, and the count is 1-2. That looked perhaps to be overthrown a little bit by Eric Hill. One and two the count on Deshaun Johnson. Here comes the pitch. There's a little looper falling fast into center field. Center fielder comes in, cannot come up with a catch. Trevor Perro rounding third. The throw is going to come into second, and the Red Devils lead it by a score of 5-0. Nice diving effort out there in center field by Jacob Melton, who just couldn't quite come up with it. And Deshaun Johnson is 2 for 2 on the evening, and the Red Devils now lead it by a score of 5-0. So good clutch hitting by Deshaun. He's aboard at first, and in steps Noah Andrews. Andrews skied to center his first time up. Deshaun gets a good lead at first. The pitch to Noah, fouled into the screen off to the right of home plate. And the count is 0-1. And the longer the Red Devils can bat, allowing time for this weather to clear out of here, the better it is for Yancey Bird. Good lead by Deshaun. There's a throw over to first, dives back in easily. Hill nods, has the sign he wants. Here's the 0-1 pitch, fouled into the screen behind the plate. Count 0-2 on Noah. Noah, a 6-foot sophomore out of Tumwater High School. Sister coaches the softball team at Tumwater, and they were playing in the state tournament this weekend over in Sela. Played softball down at University of Tennessee. Deshaun takes off from first. Throw down to second, not nearly in time. And Deshaun Johnson in with an easy stolen base. And the Red Devils have another runner in scoring position with one man down. And the count is 1-2 on Noah Andrews. Boy, Hill is just a really slow worker. That last ball game tonight's going to get started mighty late. The 1-2 all the way to the backstop. Deshaun Johnson will motor on into third. I don't know if that slipped out of his hand or what, but that went about 10 feet over the catcher's outstretched glove and came all the way to the backstop. 2-2 the count now on Noah. Middle infielders play back, corner infielders play up on the cut of the grass. And when your pitcher's struggling like this, it's got to be agonizing to be a fielder behind him. The 2-2 pitch, down low, ball 3, 3-2 the count. Again, the winner of this ball game will play tomorrow against either Everett or Tacoma, and the loser is done. Here comes the 3-2 pitch. Outside ball 4. Good at bat by Noah Andrews. He's aboard, and the Red Devils have runners on first and third with one man down, and the cleanup hitter, Shane Jamieson, will step in.
First baseman. Number 28,
And Shane Jamieson has been a one-man wrecking crew throughout this tournament, as he's now 5 of 8 in tournament play. Tripled his first time up in tonight's ball game. Noah with a good lead over at first. Hill ready, the pitch to Jamieson. There's a ground ball, right side foul. Diving attempt down there by the first baseman, Fritjof Fremstad. Fritjof spells his first name F-R-I-D-T-J-O-F. Good-looking athlete. 0-1 the count on Shane. Here's the pitch. Checks his swing, takes it up high, and the count evens up at 1-1. Shane standing with his left foot outside the batter's box, now gets back in, digs himself a toe hold. Noah Andrews at first. Deshaun Johnson at third. There's a toss over to first. Now they've got the fake throw to third. Thought they might have had a chance to get Deshaun Johnson over at third. Did not throw. Deshaun was way off the bag over at third. There you see the pickoff attempt at first, and actually they did fire it back, but the pitcher cut the throw that was on the way to third. The 1-1 pitch, lifted in the air, foul down the right field line, in down amongst the picnic tables down there, and the count 1-2 on Shane. Hill leans down to get the sign from his catcher, Mumbahe. Comes set. The runner from first goes. Pitch fouled at the plate. Count remains 1-2. Andrews was off with the pitch. Eric Lane, head coach for the Red Devils, has been very aggressive here in the early going, as the Red Devils really trying to put pressure on the Linn-Benton defense. He'll come set. Toss over to first. Diving back in, Noah. Feel very cognizant of the runners over at first tonight, as thrown over there a lot. Noah with a big lead. Looks like I thought somebody was going to throw. Now there's a toss over to third base, and on the play, Noah Andrews just motors right into second base. Just a soft toss over to third, so Noah Andrews just takes off, and that eliminates the double play. And the Red Devils have runners on second and third now with one man down. Again, a chance for Shane Jamieson to pick up a couple more RBIs. Now the infield comes in. The 1-2. Line drive, right center field. It's in there for a base hit. This is going to pick up a couple of runs. One run in. Here comes Noah motoring around third. He'll score, and the Red Devils lead it by a score of 7-0. How about that? Shane Jamieson continues his hot hitting in NWAC tourney play, as he is now 6 of 9, and the Red Devils lead it by a score of 7-0.
The DH, number 9, Colin Floyd.
Colin Floyd will step in and try to keep it going for the Red Devils. Boy, the body language of the Linn-Benton players right now, not real good. Here comes the pitch. Popped up. Shallow, right field. Maxwell Long coming in. The second baseman, Leiden, going out, calls him off and makes the catch. Way in behind the first base bag in fair territory, and 2 men down now. And that'll bring in Chase Matheny.
The right fielder, number 30, Chase Matheny.
Chase singled his first time up. And that batting average just continues to creep up for Chase. Played his high school ball at Olympic High School up in the Kitsap area. The pitch, swing and a miss. At a good fastball right on the outside edge, and the count is 0-1. 7 runs on 6 hits for the Red Devils. No runs on no hits for Linn-Benton. We're playing here in the top half of the second. There's the next pitch up high, and the count evens up at 1-1. Drew Barlow in the on-deck circle for the Red Devils. Lower Columbia has won the last 2 NWAC championships, looking to extend that to a third. They're going to have to fight back through the losers bracket to do it. Here comes the 1-1. Popped up, first base side, foul territory. This one's going to drift out of play. Count 1-2 now on Chase. This is a strong field this year. By and large, the teams that you thought would be here are here. There weren't really any upsets in super regional play. And I think from top to bottom, 1 through 8, it's a better field than maybe we saw last year. Time called by Chase. Steps out of the batter's box and tightens up his batting gloves. We have a right-hander warming up down in the Linn-Benton bullpen. The 1-2 pitch, down low, ball 2. 2-2 the count. Still just a light rainfall right now, not raining quite as hard as it was a few minutes ago. The runner for first goes. A pitch down low, throw down to second base, not in time, and in with a stolen base is Shane Jamison. So now the count is 3-2 on Matheny. Jamison at second base with 2 down. And the Red Devils would love to add another run. Well, whereas they were saying that the rain was going to clear out of here about 7, now they're saying about a 90% chance. As long as it doesn't rain much harder than this, we should be good. Hill ready. The 3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. That'll do it for the Red Devils here in the top half of the second. But again, they do more damage as they come up with 3 runs on 2 hits. There were no errors, 1 runner left. On to the bottom half of the second. The score, Lower Columbia 7, Linn-Benton nothing.
WWCC is affordable. Find your way. Attend part-time. Direct transfer. Join the fun at WWCC.
On to the bottom half of the second. Lower Columbia 7, Linn-Benton nothing. Yancey Bird with a huge lead to work with here in the early going. And he'll face the numbers 5, 6, and 7 hitters in the lineup for Linn-Benton. First pitch to Colton Talton, fouled into the screen off to the right of home plate. Count 1 strike. Talton to be followed by Jordan Mumbahe and Marcus Lydon. Wide open stance for Colton Talton, who stands fairly well off the plate as well. Here comes the next pitch. Swing and a miss at a fastball right at the knees, and the count is 0-2. Now that outfield shifts around a little bit to the right. Yancey ready, the 0-2 curveball, swing and a miss, strike 3. There was that big yacker. And Colton Talton down on strikes. That is 4 strikeouts here in the early going for Yancey. And that'll bring in Jordan Mumbahe, the catcher for Linn-Benton. Mumbahe, a freshman out of Clackamas High School. The first pitch is a fastball outside, ball 1. The 1-0 pitch. Fastball just a little bit low and outside, ball 2. 2-0 the count. Didn't miss by much. If you're going to miss, that's a pretty good place to miss. The 2-0 popped up, out of play. Off to the right of home plate, count 2-1 now. Yancey going primarily fastballs here in the early going. There's the next pitch, swing and a miss. At a fastball right at the knees, and the count is 2-2. The right-hander ready. The 2-2 pitch just a little bit high, and some of the lower Columbia fans groaned just a little bit. They wanted that one. Full count now on Mumbahe. There's the next pitch, down low, ball 4. So Mumbahe aboard with a 1-out walk. And that'll bring in the second baseman, Marcus Lydon. Lydon, a .227 hitter on the year, right-handed batter. Even stance for Lydon deep in the batter's box. The pitch is a fastball up high, ball 1. 1-0 the count. One thing that you got to like about Yancey if you're a fielder is he doesn't mess around. He pretty much gets the ball and he's ready to rock and roll. The 1-0 pitch. A little bit low, ball 2. 2-0 the count. Ian Sanderson hollers something from the Red Devil dugout. He's the pitching coach for Lower Columbia. The 2-0. Swing and a miss at a fastball right at the knees, and the count is now 2-1. Yancey has the sign he wants from Zach Threlfall. Short lead at first. Next pitch, fastball right at the knees on the outside edge. Called strike 2. 2-2 the count. The 2-2 pitch, up high and inside, gets off the glove of Zach Threlfall, comes all the way to the backstop. Lydon had to duck out of the way on that one. That allows Jordan Mumbahe to motor on into second base. And the count now full on Marcus Lydon. Fritjof Fremstad is in the on-deck circle. Here the Linn-Benton team and fans yelling to try to get their guys back into this thing. The 3-2 pitch, down low and away, comes all the way to the backstop again. That's 2 pitches in a row that have come all the way to the backstop. So Marcus Lydon is aboard with a base on balls. Runners on first and third, one man down. And Fritjof Fremstad steps in. Fremstad hitting .294 on the year. And again, this has been the one thing really throughout Yancey's career as a pitcher is control issues when the weather is not good. Here comes the pitch, fastball, catches the outside edge for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. With a 7-run lead, just keep pouring that thing in there. Middle infielders play back. The 0-1, fouled into the screen, off to the right of home plate, and the count is 0-2. Yancey has hit one, he's walked two, and he has struck out 4. Right-hander looks at the runner over at first. The 0-2 pitch is a curveball that stays inside, and the count is 1-2. Nothing wrong with that pitch. Back the guy off the plate a little bit. Yancey ready. The 1-2. Fastball just misses off the outside edge, and the count is 2-2. Again, some of the Lower Columbia fans were wanting that one. From my vantage point, it did look to be a little bit outside. Here comes the 2-2. Fastball up high, ball 3. 3-2 the count. You don't want to walk them full. Big pitch coming up for Yancey. The 3-2. Down low, ball 4. 3 straight walks. And Linn-Benton has the bases loaded with one man down. And here comes pitching coach Ian Sanderson out to the mound to try to settle Yancey Bird down. Walla Community College athletes follow traditions of excellence in soccer, volleyball, basketball, baseball, softball, golf, and rodeo. The Walla Walla Community College Warriors are proud to compete in the NWAC. Also, be sure to follow the NWAC on Twitter and Facebook at NWAC Sports and on Instagram at NWAC Sports 1 for all the latest NWAC news. Also, visit nwacsports.org for the most recent information on schedules, scores, stats, and more. The visit continues out on the mound, and now Ian has had his say. Ian, during the summer months, is the pitching coach for the Vancouver Harbor Cats of the West Coast Collegiate Summer League that the Cowlitz Black Bears play in. Number 9 hitter in the lineup, Maxwell Long, steps in. Don't let the number 9 spot in the order fool you. This guy is hitting .351 on the year. Middle infielders play back, corner infielders play up on the cut of the grass. The pitch, swing and a miss at a fastball, poured in there, and the count is 0-1. Red Devils would love to turn a double play right here. Yancey comes set, pitching from the stretch. The next pitch, called strike 2, fastball on the outside edge, and the count is 0-2. Outfield swings around a little bit to the right. Long, big deep breath, gets back in that batter's box. The 0-2, fastball, called strike 3, big time pitch by Yancey Bird. 5 strikeouts for the fireballing right-hander. And we go back to the top of the order for Daquan Dennis Lee. Yancey will continue to pitch from the stretch with the bases loaded, 2 men down. Dennis Lee struck out his first time up. Here's the pitch. Fastball just off the outside edge, and the count is 1 ball. Yancey ready. Here comes the 1-0. Fouled up and out of play into the screen off to the left of home plate. Count evens up at 1-1. Yancey tucks in the front of his jersey. Now gets back up on top. Here comes the 1-1. Called strike two. Big time pitch right at the knees on the inside edge. 1-2 the count on Daquan Dennis Lee as Yancey Bird tries to pitch out of trouble here in the bottom half of the second. Here comes the 1-2. Down low, ball two. 2-2 the count. Again, Yancey tucks the front of his jersey back in. Working from the first base side of the pitching rubber. The 2-2 pitch, fouled into the screen, up above the grandstand, off to the left of home plate. And the count remains 2-2 on Daquan Dennis Lee, just trying to hang tough against Yancey Bird. The 2-2 pitch. There's a ball hit right out to the second baseman, Deshaun Johnson. Field throws to first, and the Red Devils get out of it. No runs on no hits, no errors, 3 left. We've played 2. The score, Lower Columbia 7, Linn-Benton nothing.
I am strong. I won't give up.
I put my heart into the game.
I learned from my mistakes.
Focus.
Determination. Confidence.
I trust my gut.
No limits.
Preparation.
Dedication.
Leadership. I want to make my team and family proud.
Be an inspiration for other girls who like sports.
Join the movement.
We have a new pitcher for Linn-Benton as we get ready to play here in the top half of the third. Ethan Whitney, a right-hander, on in relief of Eric Hill. On the season, Ethan Whitney is 2-0, an earned run average of 3.71. In 26 2/3 innings, he has struck out 24, and he has walked 7. So Ethan Whitney is the new pitcher. So Eric Hill goes just 2 innings and gives up 7 runs. Whitney will face Drew Barlow, G.J. Hurst, and Zach Threlfall. Here comes the pitch, bounces in, and the count is 1 ball to Drew Barlow. Drew bounced back to the mound his first time up. Whitney ready. Here comes the next pitch, fouled into the screen behind the plate. Count evens up at 1-1. It appears that Mr. Whitney works a little faster than Eric Hill did. Here comes the 1-1. Right at the knees for a called strike. Good pitch. And the count is 1-2 on Drew. Whitney ready. The 1-2 pitch, outside, ball 2. 2-2 the count. 7 runs, 6 hits for the Red Devils. They scored 4 in the first and 3 in the second. No runs on no hits for Linn-Benton. There's the next pitch. There's a little chopper right out in front of the plate. This is going to be a tough play. Whitney Fields throws to first in time. Boy, Whitney got off the mound quickly. So one man down here in the top half of the third. That's the second time that Drew has bounced back to the mound. And that'll bring in G.J. Hurst. G.J. struck out his first time up. Came in hitting .289 on the year. There's the pitch. Down low, ball one. G.J. a 5'10 sophomore out of Juanita High School up in Kirkland. The 1-0 pitch. Outside and high ball 2, 2-0 the count. See the view from center field. Umbrellas still up here at Story Field. The next pitch, swing and a miss. Had a fastball up and away, and the count is now 2-1. Glad you're with us on Topher Vision and KLOG.com. 2-1 the count. Fouled, third base side. This one's going to drift out of play. Count evens up at 2-2 now on the Red Devil left-hander. Whitney nods. The 2-2 pitch. Fouled into the screen. Off to the left of home plate. Count remains 2-2. GJ hanging tough. Quadrice Tig, redshirting for the Red Devils, runs out some new baseballs to home plate umpire Jim Courtney. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Fouled again. Off to the left of home plate. Boy, Quadrice Tig, just a really good all-around athlete. Not only a good baseball player, he was a good basketball player for the Hudson's Bay basketball team down in Vancouver. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. Curveball, chopped foul, this time over toward the Red Devil dugout. First base side, makes its way into the dugout. Count remains 2-2. Whitney ready. The 2-2. Fouled away again. Boy, G.J. Hurst is just making Ethan Whitney work. Making Quadrice Tig work as well as he keeps having to run out new baseballs. Here again comes the 2-2 pitch. This one's down low, ball 3. Been a good at bat for G.J. Hurst. Count now full at 3-2. I would imagine with the weather that Everett and Tacoma probably in the hotel watching this ball game on Topher Vision. There's the next pitch. There's a line drive into center field, falling fast. It's down for a base hit. Gets by the center fielder, and that is going to allow Hurst to motor on into second. So that's going to be a single and an error. And Hurst is in scoring position with one man down. There you see the replay on it. And center fielder Jacob Melton comes in, and he just didn't stay down on it. So Hurst is in at second. And Zach Threlfall steps in. Zach skied to right his first time up. On a nice catch by Maxwell Long. There, it hits him. Hits him up high on the left shoulder, and Zach is going to motor on down to first base. So the Red Devils have runners on first and second with one man down. And we go back to the top of the order for Trevor Perro. Trevor has struck out but got aboard on a wild pitch. Scored a run, then walked and scored a run. Red Devils looking to add on. Here comes the pitch. Curveball catches the outside edge for a strike, and the count is 0-1. Whitney checks the runner out at second. The 0-1 pitch outside. 1-1 the count on Trevor Perro. Trevor, a long look down to third base coach Eric Lane. Boy, Eric's sure done a good job in his 2 years here. 2 NWAC championships. Doesn't get much better than that, does it? The 1-1 pitch. Down low. Good stop by the catcher, Jordan Mumbahe. And the count 2-1 on Perro. Trevor was a terrific running back in high school at Hot Springs, Montana. Parents here all weekend. They've been here for virtually every home series, one or the other or both. Just really nice people. The 2-1 pitch. Down low, ball 3-1 the count. And Deshaun Johnson is on deck, and Deshaun has a couple of hits so far tonight. Here comes the 3-1. Outside and low, ball 4. So Trevor Perro has been aboard all 3 times. The bases are loaded, 1 man down. G.J. Hurst moves on into third. Zach Threlfall to second. Perro is aboard at first. And Deshaun Johnson steps in. Corner infielders play up, middle infielders play back. Here comes the pitch. Down low, gets through the catcher's wickets, comes all the way to the backstop, and G.J. Hurst comes in to score. And the Red Devils lead it 8-0. That allows the other 2 runners to move up as Zach Threlfall moves into third and Trevor Perro to second. Boy, pretty much everything going right for Lower Columbia, nothing going right for Linn-Benton here in the early going. Here comes the pitch. Chopped, foul, third base side. Makes its way down the fence line. And the count is 1-1 on Deshaun Johnson. Infield pulls in now, needing to cut down the run at the plate. Trailing 8-0 already. Whitney goes into the windup. The 1-1 pitch to Johnson. Popped foul. First base side, up and out of play. And the count is 1-2. Noah Andrews on deck for the Red Devils. Boy, that final ball game of the day between Tacoma and Everett could get started really late. Here comes the 1-2. Check swing, takes it down low. They appeal. They say he did not go. Mark Hewitt, the first base umpire, positioned out between first and second with a runner on at second, said he did not offer. 2-2 the count on Deshaun. Whitney working from the windup. The 2-2 pitch. Line drive left field. It's going to get down for a base hit. That's going to pick up one. They're going to hold Trevor Perro at third. The Red Devils tack on yet another run, and that is Deshaun Johnson's third straight hit. And the Red Devils now lead it 9-0 here in the top half of the third. And they have runners on first and third with still just 1 man down as they get into the meat of the order. Red Devils with 2 runs in the inning on 2 hits. Here comes the pitch to Noah. Fouled back into the screen behind the plate. And the count is 0-1. Shane Jamison on deck. Red Devils with 9 runs on 8 hits. And we're still just in the third. The 0-1. Fouled up and out of play. First base side. Count 0-2 on Noah. Noah has skied to center, and he's walked and scored a run. Takes a couple of practice cuts, gets back in that right-handed batter's box. Here comes the 0-2, fouled into the screen. The Tacoma team bus just pulling in behind the batting barn out there in straightaway center field. So they're here. Here comes the 0-2. Line drive left field, sinking fast. It's in there for a base hit. Noah Andrews is going to pick up an RBI as Trevor Perro comes in from third base to score, and the Red Devils lead it by a score of 10-0. Boy, just a hit parade here so far for the Red Devils, and we're going to get a visit to the mound as Ethan Whitney's had no success whatsoever in his only inning of relief, pitching in relief of Eric Hill. The entire infield comes in. On the play, Deshaun Johnson moves on down to second, so the Red Devils with runners on first and second now with one man down, and Shane Jamison awaits his turn. Find success at Pierce College, selected as one of the top 5 best community colleges in the nation. Pierce College offers more than 60 programs of study. Get started today at one of the nation's premier community colleges. Apply online at www.pierce.ctc.edu. Pierce College, possibilities realized. So the visit is over, and Ethan Whitney will stay in the ball game. And Shane Jamison, who has a triple and a single, stands in. Shane wearing the number 28. Sophomore, or check that, a freshman out of Seaholm High School in Bellingham. The first pitch is a fastball, catches the outside edge for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. Noah Andrews gets his lead at first. Deshaun Johnson gets his lead out at second. The 0-1 pitch. Check swing, line drive right down to the first baseman in foul territory, who hauls it in. And Shane Jamison sprints down to first base anyway. So he's out on a check swing liner to the first baseman. And with 2 men down, that brings in Colin Floyd. Floyd has singled, and he's popped to second. 10-0 Red Devils lead. Whitney ready, the pitch. Inside, gets away from the catcher, and that's going to allow the runners to move up to second and third base. Whitney ready, the 1-0. Fouled back into the screen. You can hear it bouncing around on top of the press box over my head. Count 1-1 now on Colin Floyd. The 1-1 pitch, curveball, drops in for a strike. Count 1-2. Good curveball that time by Ethan Whitney. Perhaps his best curveball in his 1 inning of work. Right-hander pitching from the windup with runners on second and third. Next pitch fouled into the screen behind the plate. Count remains 1-2. Whitney ready, the 1-2. Curveball in there for a called strike. Good pitch. And that will do it for the Red Devils here in the top half of the third. But they come up with 3 more runs. On 3 hits, there was 1 Linn-Benton error. 2 runners left. We're on to the bottom half of the third. The score, Lower Columbia 10, Linn-Benton nothing.
We see you. Be your creative self at Clark College. We see you. Be Be your curious self at Clark College.
On to the bottom half of the third. Yancey Bird will face the numbers 2, 3, and 4 hitters in the lineup for Linn-Benton: Richard Mascarenas, Jacob Melton, and Parker Kuntz. Yancey working with a big 10-0 lead. The first pitch was a fastball just a little bit low, and the count is 1 ball. Right-hander ready, the 1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss. Had a good fastball with good movement, and the count is 1-1. Right-hander ready, the 1-1. This one's up high, ball 2. 2-1 the count. Tell you what, Yancey's stuff is not in question. And with the Major League Draft coming up here pretty soon, some speculation that he might have a chance to get drafted by a ball club. 3-1 the count. Next pitch up a little bit high as well. The 3-1. Swing and a miss. At a fastball. Count now 3-2. Yancey working quickly. The 3-2 pitch fouled back into the screen. Count remains full. Ball going to be chased down by Dakota Hawkins, one of the members of the Lower Columbia Relief Corps. Boy, he was electric the other night, first night of the tournament. Next pitch, swing and a miss at a high fastball. That is strikeout number 6 for Yancey Bird. And that'll bring in Jacob Melton. Melton, a strikeout victim back in the first. Here's the first pitch, swing and a miss. At a fastball right at the knees, and the count is 0-1. Next pitch, swing and a miss. At another fastball, and his fastball moves, I'll tell you. 0-2 the count. Next pitch, a fastball just a little bit low. Maybe outside just a little bit. 1-2 the count. The 1-2 pitch inside gets off the glove of Zach Threlfall, comes all the way to the backstop, and the count evens up at 2-2, and Dakota Hawkins chases it down one more time. Here comes the 2-2. Lifted in the air, shallow left field. G.J. Hurst, however, was positioned perfectly as he was playing shallow and toward the line. So Jacob Melton is the second out of the inning. And that'll bring in Parker Kuntz, the cleanup hitter. Kuntz, a strikeout victim in the first. A right-handed batter. Here's the first pitch, down low, ball 1. Kuntz, a 5'11 freshman out of Tigard, Oregon. The 1-0 pitch, outside ball 2, 2-0 the count. Just a light rain falling here in Longview right now. The 2-0 pitch, down low, ball 3, 3-0 the count. Yancey ready, the 3-0 pitch. Pours it in there for a called strike, and the count is 3-1. Kuntz taken all the way. Linn-Benton needs base runners, and lots of them, trailing 10-0 here in the third. The next pitch, lined foul off the post, off to the right of home plate. And the count runs full now on Kuntz. Should he get aboard, Colton Talton is in the on-deck circle. Next pitch, hit on the ground to the right side. A dive-in stop by Deshaun Johnson, gets up and throws him out. Big-time play by Deshaun Johnson, who's greeted by Shane Jamieson at first with a handshake, and there you're going to see a replay. That is just a big-time play by Deshaun Johnson, who laid out, going to his left, got up and threw a strike to Shane Jamieson, and that will do it for Linn-Benton here in the bottom half of the third. No runs on no hits, no errors, nobody left. We've played 3. The score, Lower Columbia 10, Linn-Benton nothing.
WWCC is affordable. Find your way. Attend part-time. Direct transfer. Join the fun at WWCC.
On to the top half of the fourth inning. Red Devils lead at 10-0 here. And Chase Matheny will step in to lead it off against Ethan Whitney. The first pitch to Chase hits him in the back. So Chase will walk on down to first base. Now he starts to trot down there after he takes off the shoulder pad. He's okay. So he's aboard. And in steps Drew Barlow. The first pitch to Drew, fouled behind the plate. Count no balls, 1 strike. Again, this ball game was supposed to have started at 2:35 today. The first game had a couple of lengthy rain delays. There's a toss over to first, and at the conclusion of that ball game, it was still raining pretty good, and they decided to go ahead and push this back. At the time, the forecast called for clearing skies, and now they're calling for the rain to hang around a little bit longer, but we're working in the fourth here. There's a pitch fouled up and out of play. First base side, count no balls, 2 strikes on Drew Barlow. Drew has bounced back to the pitcher twice. One of those was a chopper out in front of the plate that resulted in a collision with first baseman Fritjof Fremstad. Next pitch fouled away. Count remains 0-2. The change of time has not helped the attendance tonight. It's a little bit sparse, at least for Lower Columbia playing. The next pitch down low, ball 1. 1-2 the count. Barlow gets back in the batter's box, taps the plate. Matheny gets his lead over at first. Here comes the 1-2. Down low, kicks away from the catcher. Matheny was off anyway, and he motors on into second base. So a runner in scoring position with nobody down. Catcher Jordan Mumbai is going to ask for a new baseball and gets it. Tell you what, when you're a pitcher struggling, it's a lonely place. 2-2 the count. Here's the pitch. Popped up and out of play, or down the first base line. It is going to drift out of play. Falls in down amongst the picnic tables down the right field line. Count remains 2-2 on Drew Barlow. Drew out of Woodinville High School. Again, the 2-2 pitch, chopper, third base side, fielded there by Daquan Dennis Lee, fires across in time and manages to check the runner, Chase Matheny, and hold him at second base. So Barlow's out 5-3, and that'll bring in G.J. Hurst. G.J. has struck out, and he has singled, and he has scored a run. There's the pitch. Up high, ball 1. 1-0 the count. The 1-0 pitch. This one's up high, ball 2. 2-0 the count. That Tacoma Everett ball game, weather permitting, is scheduled to start about 40 minutes after the conclusion of this game. There's the next pitch, lifted in the air, deep center field. Center fielder Melton going back on the ball, back and makes the catch on the warning track right in front of the 387 mark. Boy, G.J. Hurst got into that one. It was hit deep to straightaway center field. And with 2 men down, that'll bring in Zach Threlfall. There you see the throw in on that. Zach has skied to right and been hit by a pitch. The first pitch, way high, ball 1. 1-0 the count on Zach. Whitney has a sign he wants. The 1-0 pitch, popped up. First base side, first baseman Fremstad over, makes the catch, kind of falling backwards a little bit. And that'll do it for the Red Devils here in the top half of the 4th. First inning in which they've not scored. No runs on no hits, no errors, 1 left. On to the bottom of the 4th. Lower Columbia 10, Linn-Benton nothing.
I am strong. I won't give up.
I put my heart into the game.
I learned from my mistakes.
Focus.
Determination. Confidence.
I trust my gut.
No limits.
Preparation.
Dedication.
Leadership. I want to make my team and family proud.
Be an inspiration for other girls who like sports.
Join the movement.
WWCC is affordable. Find your way. Attend part-time. Direct transfer. Join the fun at WWCC.
On to the bottom half of the 4th. Yancey Bird back out for his 4th inning of work. Will face the numbers 5, 6, and 7 hitters in the lineup. Colton Talton steps in. The first pitch inside, ball 1. 1-0 the count. Talton has struck out in his only plate appearance so far. Yancey has struck out 6 through 3 innings of work. There's the next pitch, fouled into the screen behind the plate. And the count evens up at 1-1. Yancey going almost exclusively with the fastball here so far in the early going. The 1-1 pitch, that one's thrown low and away, comes all the way to the backstop, and the count is 2-1. The 2-1 pitch, down low, ball 3, 3-1 the count. Right-hander has the sign he wants. 3-1 pitch, fouled up and out of play over toward the campus on the right side. Count runs full now on Colton Talton. Talton, a sophomore out of Pueblo, Colorado. The 3-2 pitch, swing and a miss. Had a pitch down low and away. He chased ball 4. So 1 down now here in the bottom of the 4th. That is 7 strikeouts for Yancey Bird. And Jordan Mumbahe will step in. Jordan walked back in the 2nd inning in his only plate appearance. The first pitch popped up and out of play, first base side. Count 1 strike. You're watching NWAC Championship Baseball on Topher Vision, and you're listening on KLOG.com. Glad you're with us. The Tacoma Everett game to follow. First pitch, or check that, count 1-1. There's a line drive headed in towards right field. Diving attempt by the second baseman, Deshaun Johnson. Couldn't quite come up with it. Might remember he made the circus play last inning, a diving stop to rob Parker Kuntz of a base hit. So the first base hit of the ball game for Linn-Benton comes with one man down here in the bottom of the fourth, and in steps Marcus Leiden. Mumbahe gets his lead over at first. The first pitch to Leiden is up high, ball one. Short lead over at first base by Mr. Mumbahe. Here's the next pitch, fouled into the screen. Off to the right of home plate. Count evens up at 1-1. Outfield straight away for Marcus Leiden. Fritjof Fremstad is in the on-deck circle for Linn-Benton. The 1-1 pitch is a curveball in there for a called strike. And he's only thrown that pitch about 3 times tonight. And I'll tell you what, it buckled the knees of Marcus Leiden that time. 1-2 the count. The 1-2 pitch, another curveball, called strike 3. Boy, if he gets that pitch going, it's lights out. 8 strikeouts for Yancey Bird, and that'll bring in Fritjof Fremstad. 2 men down here in the bottom half of the fourth. Mumbahe gets his lead over at first. The pitch, down low, ball 1. 1-0 the count. Yancey taking a little bit more time between pitches now. There's the 1-0. Fouled off to the right. You might have heard the ball land up in the grandstands on the first base side. 1-1 the count on Fremstad. Maxwell Long in the on-deck circle for Linn-Benton. The 1-1 pitch is a curveball, stays inside, and the count is 2-1. Yancey ready, checks the runner over at first. The next pitch, called a strike, a fastball right at the knees on the outside edge, and the count evens up at 2-2. Yancey continues to work from the first base side of the pitching rubber with a runner on first. The 2-2 pitch. Called strike 3, a fastball right on the outside edge, and Fremstad not happy with the call, just drops his bat and helmet right in the batter's box. That is 9 strikeouts for Yancey Bird, and that'll do it for Linn-Benton here in the bottom of the fourth. No runs on 1 hit. There were no errors, 1 man left. After 4, the score, Lower Columbia 10, Linn-Benton nothing.
Red Lion Hotels Corporation is built to thrive. With innovative programming and in-the-know staff, our hotel brands offer guests great stays and a chance to immerse in local culture. Red Lion Hotels and Red Lion Inn & Suites are better than ever. For travelers who want to get lost and discover adventure, we open the door to the best local experiences. We have reinvented the loyalty program. Introducing Hello Rewards, the first recognition-based loyalty program that encourages members to go further, fly higher, travel better, with tailor-made rewards. And we're not stopping yet. Presenting Hotel RL, our newest hotel brand. Inspired by the natural beauty of the Pacific Northwest, an uplifting, relaxed atmosphere, a staff that loves what they do. For adventurers at heart, Hotel RL will inspire an amazing journey. Our future has never been brighter. 3 strong brands, an expanding portfolio, industry-leading innovation with turnkey solutions, simple fee structures, areas of protection, continued support from day one. We make partnerships easy. Reach a new breed of traveler with RLHC. On to the 5th.
Trevor Perro in the top third of the Red Devils lineup will step in and face Ethan Whitney, working in relief of Eric Hill. The first pitch from Whitney to Trevor down low, gets away from the catcher Jordan Mumbahe, and the count is 1 ball. Trevor has been aboard all 3 times. He struck out but reached on a wild pitch, and he has walked twice. He has scored 3 runs. The 1-0 pitch, line drive, foul down the right field line. I'll tell you what, and when Trevor's on base, he is a factor. Came into the ball game with 26 stolen bases, and believe me, the pitcher is aware of him, and he is a very disruptive force. 1 ball, 1 strike, the count on Trevor, the Gold Glove shortstop for the Red Devils. The 1-1 pitch, chopped third base side, fielded there by the third baseman Dennis Lee, fires across in time to get Trevor Perro, and quickly 1 man down here in the top half of the 5th. So that's the first time that Trevor Perro has not been aboard. And there you see the replay, and a good strong throw from Daquan Dennis Lee. And in steps Deshaun Johnson, who is a perfect 3 of 3 so far here in the ball game. Here's the pitch, curveball drops in for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. Whitney ready, the 0-1 pitch, swing and a miss at a breaking ball, down and low, and the count is 0-2. I think Deshaun chased a pitch out of the strike zone that time. Noah Andrews in the on-deck circle. Whitney ready, here comes the 0-2 pitch, fastball down low and away. Good waste pitch that time by Ethan Whitney, and the count is 1-2. Still no wind to speak of here at Story Field, which given the temperature is probably good. There's a chopper over the mound. This is going to be a tough play. Fielded, not fielded. Kicks off the glove of the shortstop Mascarenas, and we'll see how they're going to score that. That is going to be a base hit. That was going to be a very tough play, and don't know that they could have gotten Deshaun Johnson anyway. Probably not. So Deshaun Johnson is 4 of 4 in the ball game, and that'll bring in Noah Andrews. Whitney checks the runner at first, delivers. Pitch fouled up and out of play by Noah, and the count is 1 strike. Andrews has lined to center, he has walked, and he has singled, so officially 1 for 2 on the evening. Here comes the 0-1 pitch, curveball, check swing, chop foul, third base side, fielded in between the bag and the third base coach's box by third baseman Daquan Dennis Lee. And the count, no balls, 2 strikes on Noah Andrews. Shane Jamison in the on-deck circle. Good lead over at first for Deshaun Johnson, who has good running speed. Whitney steps off the pitching rubber, now gets back up on top. Nods, has the sign he wants. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Curveball, gets away from the catcher, kicks over toward the Red Devil dugout, and that allows Deshaun Johnson to move on into second base. And the count is 1 ball, 2 strikes on Noah Andrews. Deshaun gets his lead out there at second. Comes the 1-2 pitch. Called strike 3. Noah Andrews caught looking and called out with a good fastball right at the knees. 2 men down now, and that will bring in Shane Jamison. Fans, don't forget to check out the official tournament merchandise for t-shirts, sweatshirts, Under Armour gear, and more. Everything is fully customizable. Get your tournament gear today. Supplies are limited. Visit them online at nwacstore.com/NWAC. Shane Jamison, 2 of 3 on the evening. He has tripled, he has singled, and he lined in foul territory to the first baseman. The first pitch, inside ball 1. That was a check swing liner to the first baseman. That was his last time up. 1 ball, no strikes to count. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Up high. Ball 2. 2-0 the count. Outfield straight away for Shane, and you never know where he's going to hit the ball. He sprays it to all fields. The 2-0 pitch is going to be called a strike right on the outside edge. Night before last, he hit a double down the right field line the first time up, and then hit a double down the left field line his second time up. 2-1 the count. Here comes the pitch. Fouled back into the screen behind the plate. Count evens up at 2-2. Red Devils with 4 runs in the first, 3 in the second, 3 in the third. They lead 10-0. 10 runs on 10 hits for Lower Columbia. No runs on 1 hit for Linn-Benton. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Just outside. Ball 3. 3-2 the count. Colin Floyd swinging the bat in the on-deck circle. Here comes the payoff pitch. There's a line drive over the head of the second baseman into right center. It's a base hit. Deshaun Johnson rounding third. He'll come in and score, and the Red Devils lead it by a score of 11-0. So Shane Jamison just continues to work magic with the bat. He just flips it out there and just gets it over the head of the jumping second baseman, Marcus Leiden, into right center field, and it picks up the run. So the Red Devils now tack on another and lead it 11-0, and Colin Floyd steps in. Whitney steps off the rubber, now gets back up on top. Here's the pitch, fouled back into the screen behind the plate, and the count is 0-1. There's the next pitch. Curveball drops in nicely for a strike, and the count evens up at 1-1. Outfield straight away for Colin Floyd. Colin has singled, he has popped to second, and he has struck out. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Fouled into the screen, off to the right of home plate. Count remains 0-2. Floyd, after getting out of the batter's box, gets back in. Jamison gets his lead off at first. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Curveball down low, kicks away from the catcher, and Jamison motors on into second base. So Colin Floyd, with a well-placed hit, could score Shane Jamison and tack on yet another run for the Red Devils. Temperature starting to drop here just a little bit at Story Field. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. Check swing, takes it high, and the count evens up at 2-2. Whitney working a little slower than he was earlier. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. Fouled, up and out of play, first base side. Count remains 2-2 on Colin. Chase Matheny is in the on-deck circle for the Red Devils. Again, the winner of this ball game will play either Everett or Tacoma tomorrow. Loser goes home. Again, the 2-2 pitch, again, fouled back into the screen, this time behind the plate. Colin Floyd making Ethan Whitney work mighty hard. Whitney back up on top. Again, the 2-2 pitch. Check swing, takes it down low and away. 3-2 the count. You gotta kind of feel sorry for the guys from Tacoma and Spokane, or Tacoma and Everett. That is going to be a real late ball game. Here comes the 3-2 pitch. There's a ball hit to the left side, fielded there by Dennis Lee. Fires across in time, and that'll do it for the Red Devils here at the top of the fifth. But they come up with 1 run on 2 hits, no errors, 1 left. On to the bottom of the 5th. The score, Red Devils 11, Linn-Benton nothing.
We see you. Be your creative self at Clark College.
I am strong. I won't give up.
I put my heart into the game.
I learned from my mistakes.
Focus.
Determination. Confidence.
I trust my gut.
No limits.
Preparation.
Dedication.
Leadership. I want to make my team and family proud.
Be an inspiration for other girls who like sports.
Join the movement.
We see you. Be your curious self at Clark College.
On to the bottom half of the 5th. Yancey Bird back out there again with 9 strikeouts so far. He'll face the numbers 9, 1, and 2 hitters in the lineup for Linn-Benton. Maxwell Long steps in, takes the first pitch right at the knees on the outside edge for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. Lights have not yet taken full effect here at Story Field. The next pitch popped up on the infield. Second baseman Deshaun Johnson comes in, makes the catch quickly. One man down here in the bottom half of the 5th. That'll bring in Daquan Dennis Lee. Dennis Lee has struck out and he has bounced to second. Sophomore out of Oregon City. His hometown is Gresham. There's the pitch, kind of a weak swing, and the count is 1 strike. May have chased a pitch up high and out of the strike zone. Gets back in that left-handed batter's box, the 0-1, down low and inside. Count evens up at 1-1. Shout out to Laura and Fred and Shasta Lofgren listening in up in Chehalis tonight. Shasta, key player on the women's basketball team this year and going to go down and play at Linfield next year. Congratulations to her great family, longtime friends of mine. 1-2 the count on Daquan Dennis Lee. Shasta's grandpa, mighty fine baseball player in his day. 1-2 pitch, line drive down the right field line, foul by about 3 or 4 feet. And the count remains 1-2 on Daquan Dennis Lee. Richard Mascarenas is in the on-deck circle. Yancey has the sign he wants. The 1-2. Check swing, takes it high. And the count evens up at 2-2. Right-hander throwing down in the bullpen for Linn-Benton. Can't see the Red Devil bullpen. Too many canopies up. Next pitch, called strike 3, fastball right on the outside edge. Strikeout number 10 for Yancey Bird. And that'll bring in Richard Mascarenas. Mascarenas was hit by a pitch in the first and a strikeout victim in the third. So Yancey, after having some control problems in the second, seems to have worked through those. The first pitch is a curveball, stays inside, and the count is 1 to Richard Mascarenas. Yancey ready, working quickly. The next pitch, swing and a miss at a fastball right at the knees, and the count evens up at 1-1. Mascarenas out of Las Vegas. Next pitch is a curveball down low, and the count is 2-1. Attended Durango High School. A lot of athletes from Las Vegas come up and play in the community college ranks up here. Next pitch, swing and a miss. At a fastball right on the outside edge, and the count 2-2. Yancey ready. The 2-2. A little bit high. Ball 3. 3-2 the count on Mascarenas. Of course, Nevada does not have community college sports, so good opportunity for those kids to come up and play up here. Next pitch fouled behind the plate. Zach Threlfall comes back, going to run out of room. And the count remains full on Mascarenas. Should he get aboard, Jacob Melton is in the on-deck circle. Umbrellas are still up here at Story Field. Doesn't appear to be raining very hard. Next pitch, fouled at the plate. Count remains 3-2. Mascarenas making Yancey Bird work. Yance ready, the 3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 11 strikeouts for Yancey Bird through 5 innings of work. And that'll do it for Linn-Benton here in the 5th. No runs on no hits, no errors, nobody left. On to the 6th. Red Devils 11, Linn-Benton nothing.
I am strong. I won't give up.
I put my heart into the game.
I learned from my mistakes.
Focus.
Determination. Confidence.
I trust my gut.
No limits.
Preparation.
Dedication.
Leadership. I want to make my team and family proud.
Be an inspiration for other girls who like sports.
Join the movement.
New pitcher for Linn-Benton as we get ready to play here in the top half of the 6th. Right-hander Cody Johnson is in. Johnson on the year. No record. Earned run average of 1.50. He has pitched a total of 6 innings. He has struck out 5, and he has walked 4. So Cody Johnson, the third pitcher of the evening for the Linn-Benton Roadrunners. They started off with Eric Hill, turned it over to Ethan Whitney, and now Cody Johnson picks them up. He'll face Chase Matheny, Drew Barlow, and G.J. Hurst for the Red Devils. Centralia College is your college for associate degrees, bachelor's degrees, and job training. Apply now to get a jump on classes and financial aid. Application is easy and free. Visit www.centralia.edu for details. Centralia College, go boldly. Chase Matheny starts to make his way toward that right-handed batter's box. On the evening, Chase has singled, he has struck out, and he was hit by a pitch. See if we can get an idea what the temperature is right now. It's down to 52 degrees, still with a light shower in the area. And right now it looks like it's supposed to continue to rain through the 9 o'clock hour. Right now it's just a few minutes before 8. Here comes a pitch from Cody Johnson, fouled up and away out of play. And the count is no balls, 1 strike. That ball makes its way over toward the Lower Columbia College campus. Chase takes a deep breath, gets back in that batter's box. Breeze starting to blow in a little bit over the left field fence towards home. The next pitch, fastball down low. Count evens up at 1-1. Johnson, a right-hander. Next pitch, curveball. Just a little bit low, and the count is 2-1. Johnson, a freshman. He's a 6-footer out of Lebanon, Oregon. Here comes the 2-1. Down low, ball 3. 3-1 the count. Outfield straight away for Chase Matheny. Here comes the 3-1. Sharply hit down the left field line. Hits the umpire, who throws an arm up. They say fair ball. So Chase Matheny scorches one down the left field line, and the umpire tried to skip hop it and hit him on the leg. Eric Lane, the head coach for the Red Devils, down there checking to make sure that Nick Stevens is okay, and I'm sure that Nick is. And he says he is. Trying to skip it, he kind of fell to the ground too, but now you see him running into position out towards second base and moving pretty well. Nick called the ball game behind the plate last night, so Chase Matheny is aboard. That is his second hit of the ball game. And in steps Drew Barlow. The pitch popped up and out of play. Off to the right of home plate. Count no balls, 1 strike on Drew. Drew has bounced back to the mound twice, and he is bounced to third. Matheny gets a good lead over at first base. Johnson ready, the 0-1 pitch. Runs inside, count now 1-1 on Barlow. Drew steps out of that left or right-handed batter's box, has a look down to third base coach Eric Lane. Again, Matheny gets his lead off at first. There's a toss over to first. Matheny dives back in easily. Mariners fell short today in their ball game against Oakland, losing 6-5. Here comes a 1-1 pitch. Fouled. Ball makes its way back out toward the pitcher. May have gone off the shin guard of the catcher. 1-2 the count on Barlow. You're listening to NWAC Championship Baseball on KLOG.com. You're watching on Topher Vision. Johnson comes set. The 1-2. Curveball down low and away. 2-2 the count. Grayson Young engineering the ball game back in the studios at KLOG. Chris Garrad and crew on hand with Topher Vision. As always, doing marvelous work. The 2-2 pitch. Lifted in the air down the right field line. Foul territory. First baseman Fremstad giving chase. And he'll run out of room. Count remains 2-2 on Drew Barlow. G.J. Hurst in the on-deck circle. If you just joined us, Red Devils lead it 11-0. 11 runs on 12 hits. They've played errorless baseball. Linn-Benton, no runs on 1 hit. They have committed 2 errors. The 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Barlow chased a pitch up in the zone. He's down. 1 down now here in the top half of the 6th. And that'll bring in G.J. Hurst. G.J. has struck out. He has singled and scored a run. And he has flied to deep center field. Hit it straight away center on the warning track right out near the 387 mark. The pitch. Lined into the screen off to the left of home plate. Count 1 strike. There you see Dakota Hawkins chasing it down. Dakota wearing those high-top black shoes. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. Line drive into right center field. Right fielder giving chase, dives, and man alive, he makes another circus catch out there in right field. That is 2 diving catches in right center field by Maxwell Long, and he robs G.J. Hurst of a hit. There you see the replay, and boy, that's 2 of those tonight. Terrific outfield play by Maxwell Long. 2 men down for the Red Devils now here in the top half of the 6th. And in steps Zach Threlfall. Zach takes a strike right on the outside edge, and the count is 0-1. Boy, that would have, had it gotten down, Matheny would have scored from first base on that. The 0-1 pitch. Takes a strike right at the knees, and the count is 0-2. Zach turns around and asks home plate umpire Jim Courtney a quick question. Gets back in that right-handed batter's box. The 0-2 pitch. Check swing, fouls it off toward the Red Devil dugout. Count remains 0-2. in that ball game Thursday night. Zach hit a scorching liner to center field that was falling fast. Center fielder made a catch. Felt kind of bad about that. Next time up, was trying to lay down a bunt and tried to turn away in self-defense. Got the ball down and actually wound up with a base hit. There's a chopper out towards shortstop. Shortstop Mascarenas fields, throws across in time. Nice play by Richard Mascarenas, and that'll do it for the Red Devils here in the top half of the sixth. No runs on one hit, no errors, one left. On to the bottom of the sixth. The score, Red Devils 11, Linn-Benton nothing.
I chose Centralia College because I wanted to stay close at home while getting a great education. Playing for a smaller school has a strong sense of a community, and they just want to see you succeed. We're bigger than just a team. We're a big family. My name is Dylan. I play baseball at Centralia College, and I go boldly.
Jacob Melton will step in to lead it off against Yancey Bird here in the bottom of the sixth. Takes the first pitch down low, ball one, and the count is 1-0. Melton to be followed by Parker Kuntz and Colton Talton. Melton has struck out and skied to left. Swings and fouls one out of the glove of Zach Threlfall, and the count evens up at 1-1. Yancey has the sign he wants. The 1-1 pitch, up high ball 2-1 the count. Be sure to follow the NWAC on Twitter and Facebook at NWAC Sports and on Instagram at NWAC Sports 1 for all the latest NWAC news. The 2-1 pitch, swing and a miss, at a fastball, down low and away, and the count evens up at 2-2. Outfield shifts around now to the left against the left-handed hitting Jacob Melton. Yancey ready, the 2-2 pitch, swing and a miss, strike three. That is 12 strikeouts for Mr. Bird. And with one man down, Parker Kuntz will step in. Kuntz has struck out and bounced to the second baseman. So Yancey has really settled into a nice rhythm after struggling in the second. The pitch, line drive down the right field line, falling fast. It is in fair territory. Quickly over to get it along the right field line is Chase Matheny, and that will hold Parker Kuntz to a single. Only the second hit of the ball game for Linn-Benton, and it comes here with one man down in the bottom half of the sixth. And there you see Chase Matheny, who got on that ball quickly. So if the Red Devils hold on to win, and right now you would assume that that would happen, the question now is who do they pitch tomorrow? Caden Vanderwerf, normally the fourth starter, threw in relief last night, although he did not throw a lot of pitches. There's the first pitch, a curveball, breaks in nicely for a called strike on Colton Talton, and the count is 0-1. Left fielder G.J. Hurst plays quite deep for Talton, as does center fielder Noah Andrews. Next pitch, swing and a miss. A weak swing at a curveball. Two curveballs in a row, and the count is 0-2 on Talton. Jordan Mumba-Hay is in the on-deck circle for Linn-Benton. Short lead over at first for Parker Kuntz. There's the next pitch. It's a curveball just a little bit outside, and the count is 1-2. So 3 straight breaking balls to Colton Talton. Stands well off the plate with a wide open stance. The 1-2 pitch. Fouled. Back behind the plate. Count remains 1-2. So even though he struggled at times, Yancey Bird has done just about everything you could ask tonight. The next pitch, check swing, curveball, called strike 3, big time pitch by Yancey Bird. And Colton Talton not happy with the call, but that clipped the outside edge. That is 13 strikeouts for Yancey Bird. And with 2 men down, that'll bring in Jordan Mumbahe. Jordan has walked and he is singled. Kuntz with his lead over at first. Here's the pitch. Fastball outside, ball 1. 1-0 the count. Not sure that it's raining anymore here in Longview. The 1-0 pitch. Popped foul up and out of play. First base side. Makes its way back in behind the canopies down the first base line there in foul territory. And the count 1-1 on Jordan Mumbahe. Outfield straight away. The 1-1 pitch. Curveball down low and away. 2-1 the count. Wind has died down again. Wasn't blowing hard, but again, with the dipping temperatures, it adds to the chill factor. Bird ready, the 2-1. Fastball down low and away. 3-1 the count. Yancey takes an extra second. Now he gets back up on that rubber, looks down to Zach Threlfall to pick up the sign. The 3-1, fouled back into the screen. Count runs full now on Jordan Mumbahe, and with a full count, 2 down. Or check that, 1 down. No, there's 2 down. There's 2 down here. They got 1 down up on the scoreboard. Three and 2 the count. Here's the payoff pitch. Check swing, up high, ball 4. So Jordan Mumbahe has been aboard all 3 times. Parker Kuntz moves on into second base. And the batter is Marcus Leiden, and Eric Lane is on his way out to the mound, and he takes the baseball from Yancey Bird. And Yancey is going to leave this ball game to a nice round of applause from the Lower Columbia College fans as he leaves leading by a score of 11-0. We'll step away for 1 minute, and we'll be back with more from Story Field. We're in the bottom of the 6th. The score, Lower Columbia 11, Linn-Benton 0.
LCC has definitely prepared me to transfer to Oregon State because it's helped me with my study skills. I'm a much harder worker than I was in high school.
I had a great support base by the staff, and I've made some great friends that I think I'll carry on with my life.
I've definitely loved my classes. I've learned a lot. It's been a healthy environment.
Don't be afraid to branch out. The people here are awesome. I'm going to be in it for a while, but down the road I'll be finishing up and be ready to join the workforce.
Walla Walla Community College athletes follow traditions of excellence in soccer, volleyball, basketball, baseball, softball, golf, and rodeo. Walla Walla Community College, the Warriors, are proud to compete in the NWAC. The new pitcher for the Red Devils is Zach Horn. Zach, a right-hander who's battled some arm issues this year and did not get a chance to pitch a lot, but they like him a lot. He's got a ton of potential. Earned run average of 0.00. He made 2 appearances and pitched just 2 innings during the regular season, struck out 4 and walked 2. He's a right-hander. He is out of Bonnie Lake, and again, there's a lot of optimism about Zach Horn. He has really got a good live arm. He'll face Marcus Lydon with 2 men down here in the bottom half of the 6th. And Linn-Benton has runners on first and second. Lydon has walked and he is struck out. The pitch from Zach Horn. Fastball, swing and a miss. Good pitch right at the knees, and the count is 0-1. Zach, 6'2", listed as a sophomore, but redshirted last year. The 0-1 pitch, fastball, overthrown perhaps a little bit outside, and the count evens up at 1-1. Lights still have not really taken full effect here at Longview. Clouds starting to break up a little bit. The 1-1, swing and a miss. At a good fastball, and the count is 1-2. Outfield will shift around to the right now with 2 strikes on Marcus Lydon. Runners get their leads at first and second base respectively. Horn ready, checks the runner out at second. The 1-2 pitch is a curved ball that stays a little bit high, and the count evens up at 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Went after a pitch down low and away, and that'll do it for Linn-Benton here in the bottom of the 6th. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, 2 left. We've played 6. The score, Lower Columbia 11, Linn-Benton nothing.
We see you. Be your curious self at Clark College.
WWCC is affordable. Find your way. Attend part-time. Direct transfer. Join the fun at WWCC.
See you. Be your resourceful self at Clark College.
On to the top half of the 7th inning. Red Devils will send up the top third of the lineup to face Cody Johnson, the third pitcher for Linn-Benton, Trevor Perro, Deshaun Johnson, and Noah Andrews. Johnson ready, the pitch to Trevor. Curveball stays high, count 1 ball. Trevor has struck out but reached on a wild pitch. He has walked twice and he has bounced to third. He has scored 3 runs. The 1-0 pitch. A little bit, called a strike. Kind of a delayed call by home plate umpire Jim Courtney that time. 1-1 the count on Trevor. Red Devil shortstop. 1-1 pitch, down low and away, ball 2. 2-1 the count. Johnson ready, the 2-1 pitch. Rides inside, ball 3. 3-1 the count. Walla Walla Community College athletes follow traditions of excellence in soccer, volleyball, basketball, baseball, softball, golf, and rodeo. The Warriors are proud to compete in the NWAC. The 3-1 pitch. Going to be called a strike right at the knees, and the count runs full now on Trevor Perro. Johnson has a signing once. Here comes the payoff pitch. Called strike 3 right on the outside edge. Trevor was headed down toward first base, so he's caught looking and called out here. 1 down in the top of the 7th, And that'll bring in Deshaun Johnson. Cody Johnson's thrown pretty well in relief as the third pitcher for Linn-Benton. Deshaun Johnson is 4 of 4 on the evening. Came in hitting .305 on the year. That batting average has certainly gone up. The next first pitch down low and away, ball 1. I would imagine that he is a candidate for a star of the game interview after this ball game tonight. The 1-0 pitch popped up first base side, foul territory, going to drift out of play. Fritjof Fremstad, the first baseman, over to have a look, runs out of room. Right-hander warming up down in the bullpen for Linn-Benton. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. It's going to be in there for a called strike. And the count is 1-2. Again, the ball game between Tacoma and Everett, if you're planning to watch on Topher Vision, will be on approximately 40 minutes after the conclusion of this ball game. There's the next pitch. Check swing. Did he go? They say he did not. And the count is 1-2 on Deshaun Johnson. Good breaking ball that time from Cody Johnson. Right-hander peers over the top of his glove. Here comes the 2-2. This one's high, ball 3. 3-2 the count. Deshaun out of Emerald Ridge High School in Puyallup. The 3-2 pitch popped up on the infield. Second baseman gets called off by the first baseman Fremstad, who makes the catch. And 2 men down here in the top half of the 7th, and that'll bring in Noah Andrews. Andrews has skied to center. He has walked, he has singled, and he has struck out. Here comes the pitch. Curveball stays inside, and the count is 1 ball. Johnson working quickly. The 1-0 pitch. Curveball. This one drops in nicely for a strike, and the count evens up at 1-1. The 1-1 pitch in there for a strike. Count 1-2. Spokane downed Mount Hood earlier today, knocking the Saints out of the tournament. Spokane won that ball game 9-3, so they're still alive. After tonight, we're down to the final 4 teams. There's the next pitch, fouled up and out of play behind the plate. Count remains 1-2 on Noah. Shane Jamison, who is 3 of 4 on the evening, is in the on-deck circle for the Devils. Comes the 1-2. Hits him in the back. Curveball that didn't break very much. And Noah gets hit in the back and makes his way on down to first base, so he's aboard. And in steps Shane Jamison.
First baseman, number 28, Shane Jamison.
Shane has tripled, he has singled, he has lined out to the first baseman in foul territory, and he's singled. There's the pitch, swing and a miss at a fastball right on the outside edge, and the count is 1 strike. Shane steps out of the batter's box to adjust those gloves, now gets back in. The 0-1 pitch, check swing, lines it into the screen over the Red Devil dugout. Count no balls, 2 strikes. On that line out down to the first baseman, that was a check swing line out as well that the first baseman caught about 5 feet in foul territory right near the first base bag. Andrews gets his lead over at first. The 0-2 pitch. Lifted in the air, right field, playable. The right fielder Long chases it down near the foul line, and that'll do it for the Red Devils here in the top half of the 7th. No runs on no hits, no errors, 1 left. On to the bottom half of the 7th. The score, Lower Columbia 11, Linn-Benton nothing.
It begins with the ball. You see, a ball is not just leather and rubber. A ball is the seed that communities grow around. We're talking split-second moments that become indelible memories. It creates lifelong friendships. It's a reason for people to celebrate. A ball isn't just a ball. It's a life lesson. It's a tool you use to pursue your best. It's how you earn your greatest victories. How you learn to deal with failure. It's a test that you pass. It's a dream that you catch. It's a future you hold in your hands. It's not just a ball. Baden, the official ball of you.
On to the bottom half of the 7th inning here at Storyfield in Longview. Red Devils 11, Linn-Benton nothing. Zach Horn in relief of Yancey Bird will face the numbers 8, 9, and 1 hitters in the lineup. Fritjof Fremstad, Maxwell Long, and Daquan Dennis Lee. There you can see those skies starting to light up. The sun's starting to finally pop through a little bit as it lies low in the sky over the left field fence. The first pitch by Zach Horn, overthrown maybe a little bit, outside and low, comes all the way to the backstop, and the count is 1 ball on Fritjof Fremstad. Here comes the 1-0. A little bit low, ball 2. 2-0 the count. Outfield straight away. Zach ready, goes into the windup. The 2-0 pitch. Down low and away. Kicks off the glove of Zach Threlfall. Comes all the way to the backstop. 3-0 the count on Fremstad. There's the next pitch. Down low, ball 4. So a leadoff 4-pitch walk to Fritjof Fremstad. And that'll bring in Maxwell Long, who is hitless in 2 appearances. He has struck out and he has popped his second, but let me tell you, yeah, we got a pinch hitter. Jacob Overstreet is the pinch hitter. Talking about Maxwell Long, though, his play in the outfield has been splendid. Here comes the pitch to Overstreet. Down low, 5 straight balls by Zach Horn to start the bottom of the 7th. Next pitch, down low, ball 2. 2-0 the count. Plate kind of jumping around a little bit on Zach here in the bottom of the 7th. Right-hander has a look at the runner at first. Here comes the pitch. This one's in there for a strike, and the count is 2-1. Poured that one right down the middle. Right-hander comes set. The 2-1 pitch. Down low, ball 3. 3-1 the count. Do not believe anybody is throwing down in the Red Devil bullpen. Here comes the 3-1. Fouled up and out of play. Off to the left of home plate. Count runs full now on Jacob Overstreet. Overstreet, a left-handed batter. He's a freshman out of Klamath Falls, Oregon. Attended Henley High School down there in Southern Oregon. The 3-2 pitch, down low, ball 4, so 2 straight walks. To lead off the bottom of the 7th inning, Fremstad moves to second base. Long is at first, and Zach Threlfall, the catcher, going to go out and have a word with Mr. Horn. We'd like to thank the Red Lion, the official hotel of the Northwest Athletic Conference. With friendly service and unique local flair, Red Lion Hotels gets guests closer to main attractions in good times with full-service hotels and a wide variety of amenities. Discover your escape across the Red Lion family. Back to the top of the order, Daquan Dennis Lee steps in. Hitless in 3 appearances. He struck out twice and bounced to second. The first pitch catches the outside edge at the knees for a called strike. And the count is 0-1. Horn with a long look down to his catcher, Threlfall. Checks the runner at second. Checks again. The 0-1 pitch. There's a ball hit out toward the shortstop. Perro goes to second for 1. There will be no relay on to first, as Dennis Lee can really motor up that line. So he's aboard on a fielder's choice. On the play, Fremstad moves into third base. So Jacob Overstreet is forced at second. Daquan Dennis Lee is aboard at first on the fielder's choice, and with 1 man down, that'll bring in Richard Mascarenas, the shortstop. Mascarenas has been hit by a pitch and struck out twice. Again, if you just joined us, Yancey Bird struck out 13 in his 5 2/3 innings of work. First pitch up high, ball 1. 1-0 the count. Horn checks the runners at first and third. The 1-0 pitch. Called a strike right on the outside edge at the knees, and the count evens up at 1-1. Zach ready again. The 1-1. Fouled back into the screen. Count 1-2. Centralia College is your college for associate degrees, bachelor's degrees, and job training. Apply now to get a jump on classes and financial aid. Application is easy and free. Visit www.centralia.edu for details. Centralia College, go boldly. The next pitch, curveball, called strike 3. Big time pitch by Zach Horn, and Richard Mascarenas is called out on strikes. That is the second strikeout for Zach Horn, and with 2 men down, that brings in Jacob Melton. Melton has struck out. He has skied to left, and he has struck out. Here comes the pitch. Popped up, third base side, foul territory. Drew Barlow goes over, has a look, and it falls into the grandstand, the front row. So 1 strike on Jacob Melton. Ball games tomorrow at 12:05 and 4:05. And again, the pairings will be known later tonight. Again, assuming Lower Columbia hangs on to win this ball game, they'll play either Tacoma or Everett. Comes the 0-1 pitch. Inside, comes all the way to the backstop. The runner from third is going to come in and slide in safely. And Linn-Benton has their first run of the ball game. So that'll be a wild pitch on Zach Horn. And Fritjof Fremstad scores the first and only run of the ball game so far for Linn-Benton. There's the 1-1. Popped up again, third base side, foul territory again. Drew Barlow comes over to have a look. This one is well foul. And they count 1 ball, 2 strikes now on Melton. Zach Horn wearing the number 23 on the back. Wipes his hand off on his pant leg, right pant leg. Now he's ready. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. There's a chopper to the right side, fielded there by Shane Jamison. Flips it to Zach Horn covering first, and that'll do it for Linn-Benton here in the bottom half of the 7th. But they come up with 1 run on no hits. There were no Red Devil errors, 1 left. We've played 7. The score, Lower Columbia 11, Linn-Benton 1.
I am strong. I won't give up.
I put my heart into the game.
I learned from my mistakes.
Focus.
Determination. Confidence.
I trust my gut.
No limits.
Preparation.
Dedication.
Leadership. I want to make my team and family proud.
Be an inspiration for other girls who like sports.
Join the movement.
WWCC is affordable. Find your way. Attend part-time. Direct transfer. Join the fun at WWCC.
New pitcher for Linn-Benton as we get ready to play here in the top half of the 8th. Right-hander Taylor Ott is in. On the season, he has pitched a total of 7 innings. He has given up 12 hits, 10 runs, 9 of which were earned. He has struck out 4 and he has walked 5, an earned run average of 11.57. He is a 6'2 freshman out of Tigard High School down in Oregon. So Taylor Ott is the 4th pitcher for Linn-Benton, and he will face Colin Floyd, Chase Matheny, and Drew Barlow here in the top half of the 8th inning. And again, if you're just joining us on Topher Vision, looking to watch the game between Tacoma and Everett, it'll start about 40 minutes after the conclusion of this ball game. We've had rain here in the area today, and everything's been pushed back a little bit. First pitch fouled into the screen behind home plate, and the count 1 strike on Colin Floyd. There's the next pitch. Down low, and the count evens up at 1-1. Ott working from the center of the pitching rubber. Here comes the 1-1 pitch to Colin, down low. Good stop by the catcher, Jordan Mumbahe. Baden Sports is proud to be the official ball partner of the NWAC Championships. For nearly 40 years, Baden Balls have set the standard for quality and craftsmanship, delivering world-class game balls to colleges and national conferences across the country. Next pitch inside, and the count is 3-1 on Colin Floyd. Infield and outfield pretty much straight away all the way around. The 3-1 pitch in there for a strike. Count runs full now on Colin. Colin is singled. He has popped to second. He has struck out, and he's bounced to third. Here comes a 3-2 pitch. Fouled at the plate off the shin guard of the catcher, Jordan Mumbahe. Count remains full. Ball going to be chased down by Drew Barlow of the Red Devils. Well, I'll tell you what, it's chilly here tonight. Got some of the windows to the press box open here, and it is definitely nippy. There's a play over at first base, and they just do get Colin Floyd. That ball was hit out toward the shortstop. A nice backhand going to his right, and a good strong throw across to get Drew Barlow, and there's one man down here in the top half of the 8th inning. Good play by the shortstop, Richard Mascarenas. Score that 6-3, and that'll bring in Chase Matheny. The first pitch to Chase, chopped off his foot out in front of the plate, picked up there by the pitcher who throws high, but pulled out of the air by Fritjof Fremstad, who went up, got it, came down in the center of the bag. So quickly, 2 men down here in the top half of the 8th, and that'll bring in Drew Barlow. Drew has bounced back to the mound twice. He has bounced to third and he has struck out. So looking for his first hit tonight. The first pitch down low, ball 1. 1-0 the count. Fremstad ready, the 1-0 pitch. Up high, kicks out of the glove of the catcher Mumbahe and comes to the backstop. Count 2-0 on Drew. G.J. Hurst in the on-deck circle for the Red Devils. The 2-0 pitch, lifted in the air, left field, playable. Parker Kuntz settles under it, makes the catch, and that'll do it for the Red Devils here. In the top half of the 8th, they go quietly, no runs on, no hits, no errors. Nobody left onto the bottom of the 8th. The score, Lower Columbia 11, Linn-Benton 1.
We see you. Be your creative self at Clark College.
I am strong.
I won't give up.
I put my heart into the game.
I learned from my mistakes.
Focus.
Determination. Confidence.
I trust my gut. No limits.
Preparation.
Dedication.
Leadership. I want to make my team and family proud.
Be an inspiration for other girls who like sports.
Join the movement.
We see you. Be your curious self at Clark College.
Well, the people that make the big bucks here at the NWAC tournament have made an executive decision. The second ball game will be played and started about 30 minutes after the conclusion of this, as they're going to try and get that thing going a little quicker and get this thing over before it's too late tonight. Parker Kuntz will step in and face Zach Horn here in the bottom half of the 8th. He'll be followed by Colton Talton and Jordan Mumbahe. First pitch from Zach. Poured in there for a strike, and the count is 0-1. Good fastball by Zach Horn, who can really get it up there in a hurry. Zach, big, strong kid, nice young man. Here comes the next pitch. Fastball right at the knees on the outside edge for a called strike, and the count is 0-2. Zach peers down to his catcher. Throw fall has a sign he wants. The 0-2. Swing and a miss at a good curveball. Strikeout number 3 for Zach in relief of Yancey Bird. One man down here in the bottom of the 8th, and Colton Talton will step in, and Colton has struck out 3 straight times. And let's check and see. Looks like we're going to get a pinch hitter. Pinch hitter is going to be Trey Hageman. Trey Hageman is the pinch hitter. And the first pitch in for a called strike. And the count is 0-1 on Hageman. The next pitch, curveball, in for a called strike. And the count is 0-2. Zach seems to have found his rhythm after a little bit of control trouble the last inning. The 0-2 pitch, curveball, popped up into center field. It's got a little more carry than I thought it would, but Noah Andrews, plenty of room, makes the catch out in deep right center field. So 2 men down here in the bottom of the 8th. And that will bring in Jordan Mumbahe. Jordan has walked, he has singled, and he has walked, so he's been aboard all 3 times. The pitch. Inside, ball 1. 1-0 the count. Should he get aboard, Marcus Leiden is in the on-deck circle. Zach ready, the 1-0 pitch. Down low, ball 2. 2-0 the count. Zach kind of tucks that jersey in the front there. Now back up on top and ready. The 2-0 pitch. A little bit low, ball 3. 3-0 the count. Here comes the 3-0 pitch. Fouled as Mumbahe was green lighted at 3-0. Fouled it off to the first base side. Count 3-1 now. Here comes a 3-1 pitch. Fouled up and out of play. First base side. And the count full now. Zach back up on top, trying to work back after being down 3-0 here. He's worked it back to a full count. The 3-2 pitch. This one's down low and away, ball 4. So a 2-out walk to Jordan Mumbahe. And that'll bring in Marcus Lydon. Lydon has walked and he's struck out twice. Zach checks the runner over at first. Here comes the pitch. Down low and away, ball 1. Be sure to follow the NWAC on Twitter and Facebook at NWAC Sports and on Instagram at NWAC Sports 1 for all the latest NWAC news. Also visit nwacsports.org for the most recent information on all sports. The 1-0 pitch. Down low, ball 2. 2-0 the count. So now the plate kind of jumping around a little bit on Zach, who takes a walk down the backside of the slope, now comes up on top. See if Lydon's taken all the way here. 2-0 the count, 2 down. The 2-0 pitch. Inside, ball 3. 3-0 the count. Right-hander ready. The 3-0 pitch. Fouled back into the screen. So with 2 strikes, or rather 3-0, Lydon was green lighted as well. Fouls it back into the screen. Count 3-1 now on Lydon. Fritjof Fremstad is in the on-deck circle for the Roadrunners. The 3-1 pitch. Fouled. Off to the right. And the count now full, 3-2. So Jordan Mumbahe will be off with the pitch with 2 men down here in the bottom of the 8th. The 3-2 pitch. Popped up. Shallow right field. Matheny charging in. The second baseman, Deshaun Johnson, going back, however, into very shallow right field in behind the first base bag. Makes the catch. And that'll do it for Linn-Benton here in the bottom of the 8th. No runs on no hits, no errors, 1 left. We've played 8. The score, Lower Columbia 11, Linn-Benton 1.
Life is about moments. If you fight, I fight. If I fight, we fight.
You be there and watch what I do when the bell rings.
Do you have that real look in your eye? That when you look at yourself in the mirror, you can ask yourself this question: did I give everything I got? Did I lay it all on the line? Or am I cheating myself?
What you say, Quade? See ya! Right at it, right at it. Oh! He's done it again!
So whatever you're gonna do, claim it. Leave your mark on this world.
LCC has definitely prepared me to transfer to Oregon State because it's helped me with my study skills. I'm a much harder worker than I was in high school.
I had a great support base by the staff, and I've made some great friends that I think I'll carry on with my life.
I've definitely loved my classes. I've learned a lot. It's been a healthy environment.
Don't be afraid to branch out. The people here are awesome. I'm going to be in it for a while, but down the road I'll be finishing up and be ready to join the workforce.
On to the 9th, and a change in the schedule for tomorrow. The first ball game has been moved back 2 hours, so the first game will start at 2:05, and the second game will start at 4:05. The first pitch from Taylor Ott to G.J. Hurst is down low, ball 1, 1-0 the count. G.J. to be followed by Zach Throfall and Trevor Perot. The 1-0 pitch to G.J. Lifted in the air, left field. Parker Kuntz moves over a little bit toward the line, now moves back to the left, and it makes the one-handed catch. One man down here in the top half of the 9th. And that will bring in Zach Throfall. The first pitch to Zach, in there for a called strike. Zach has skied to right. He was hit by a pitch. He popped to first, and he bounced to short. Taylor Ott, the fourth pitcher for Linn-Benton. Ready, the 0-1 is a off-speed pitch, drops in nicely for a strike, and the count is 0-2. Taylor Ott's looked pretty good in his short work here for Linn-Benton. Shakes off a sign, now has the one he wants. The 0-2 pitch is a breaking ball, down low and away, comes all the way to the backstop, and the count is 1-2. Ott steps off the pitching rubber, now gets back up on top. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. A curveball stays, they say it grazed him. Oh, wait a minute. Nope. Going to make him come back, it looks like. Oh, they're going to call him out. Apparently they're going to say he did not make an effort to get out of the way of that. So that'll be the second out. And that'll bring in the leadoff hitter, Trevor Perot. Trevor has struck out but reached on the wild pitch. He's walked a couple times. He's bounced to third and he's struck out. First pitch down low and away, comes to the backstop, and the count is 1-ball. Temperature sitting right at 50 degrees now here in Longview. The next pitch, it's down low and away. It also comes to the backstop, and the count is 2-0. Here comes the 2-0 pitch, lifted in the air, foul territory. Fremstad, the first baseman, gives chase, and it falls in foul territory, hits off the top of a blue canopy down there. And the count is 2-1 on Trevor Perot. Should Trevor get aboard, Deshaun Johnson in the on-deck circle, and Deshaun Johnson is 4 of 5 on the night. Comes the 2-1 pitch. A little bit high. Ball 3. 3-1 the count. Ott ready, the 3-1 pitch. Popped into center field. Center fielder Melton hardly moves a step and makes the one-handed catch, and that'll do it for the Red Devils here in the top of the 9th. No runs on no hits, no errors, nobody left. On to the bottom of the 9th. The score, Lower Columbia 11, Linn-Benton 1.
We see you. Be your resourceful self at Clark College. We see you. Be your creative self at Clark College.
On to the bottom half of the ninth, we've got a new pitcher for the Red Devils, Nick Jennings. Our right-hander will come in and pitch. Nick, a 6'2 freshman out of Skyview High School down in Vancouver. He is a right-hander. His record is 0-1 on the year. He has pitched a total of 5 innings, struck out 9, and he has walked 5. The pitch from Nick, in for a called strike. And the count is 0-1 on Fritjof Fremstad. He'll be followed by Maxwell Long. No, not Maxwell Long, but Jacob Overstreet, who came in the ball game. Next pitch fouled away, and the count is 0-2. And then back to the top of the order for Daquan Dennis Lee. Outfield shifts around to the right now with 2 strikes on Fremstad. The next pitch cued off the end of the bat, foul over toward the first base dugout. And the count remains 0-2. Fremstad has walked, he has struck out, and he has walked and scored a run. He has scored the only run of the ball game for Linn-Benton. The 0-2 pitch, curveball, called strike 3, big pitch from Nick Jennings. So 1 man down here in the bottom half of the ninth. And Maxwell Long will step in. Or check that, Jacob Overstreet, I'm sorry. Overstreet, a left-handed batter. The pitch, a little bit high, ball 1, 1-0 the count. Nick working from the first base side of the pitching rubber. Here comes the 1-0, fouled at the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike. Again, the ball game between Tacoma and Everett will start 30 minutes after the conclusion of this ball game. Jennings ready, the 1-1 pitch. Very high, very outside, comes all the way to the backstop. Count 2-1 now on Overstreet. Outfield pulled around a little bit to the left for Overstreet. The 2-1. Outside, ball 3, 3-1 the count. Overstreet with an open stance. Here comes the 3-1 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Good fastball by Nick. Overstreet swung right through it. Now gets back in that batter's box. The 3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. 2 straight strikeouts by Nick Jennings. And the Roadrunners are down to their final out. The leadoff batter, Daquan Dennis Lee, will step in. The first pitch to Daquan, hit on the left side, through into left field for a base hit. So Linn-Benton not done just yet. Third hit of the ball game for Linn-Benton. And Richard Mascarenas will step in. Mascarenas was hit by a pitch in the first, struck out in the third, struck out in the fifth, and struck out in the seventh. Again, Yancey Bird with 15 strikeouts. Check that, 13 strikeouts in his 5 2/3 innings. There's the first pitch, up high, ball 1. 1-0 the count on Richard Mascarenas. Game just 3 hours old right now. The next pitch popped up, out of play. And the count evens up at 1-1. Mascarenas gets back in that right-handed batter's box. Jennings has the signing once. Checks the runner, Dennis Lee, over at first. The 1-1 pitch. Popped up behind the plate. Throw fall comes back to have a look. And it falls harmlessly out of play in the count. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Jennings has a long look down. The 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Nick Jennings gets 3 strikeouts in his 1 inning of work for Linn-Benton here in the bottom of the 9th. No runs on 1 hit. There were no errors. 1 runner left on base. The line score on the ball game, Lower Columbia, 11 runs on 12 hits. They played errorless baseball. They left 8. Linn-Benton, 1 run on 3 hits. They commit 2 errors, and they left 10. The winning pitcher tonight, Yancey Bird, the young man from Kelso, and the losing pitcher was Eric Hill. The time of the game, 3 hours and 1 minute. And again, the next ball game between Tacoma and Everett will start in 30 minutes at 9:32. 9:32 will be the start time for Tacoma and Everett. And Lower Columbia will play one of those 2 teams tomorrow. That to be determined later tonight after the conclusion of today's action. Both teams out there exchanging high fives right now. So Lower Columbia lives to see another day. And Linn-Benton's outstanding season has come to an end as they really put together a nice year. But they are done. We're down to the final 4 teams here in the NWAC. We'll step away for 1 minute. We'll be back with more from Story Field. We're going to have an interview. Okay, I went to a commercial break, Dave. Sorry. What's that? We're ready.
All right, fans, I'd like to direct your attention down to the first base side where Kirk Rowland has a couple of Red Devil players with him. Kirk, all yours.
Thank you, Dave. Appreciate that. We've got Yancey Bird and Deshaun Johnson with us. We'll start with Yancey. 13 strikeouts, 6 of them looking to get those runs early. And for you to go out there, that had to be pretty cool, huh?
Yeah, the run support was really good. It helped a lot. And, you know, always hear my teammates cheering for me, whether they're in the dugout or even just the red shirts that sit outside the dugout. It's just great hearing everyone cheering no matter what's going on.
All right. Well, wet early, but it looked like you were able to deal with that pretty good.
Yeah. A little bit of some mechanical problems, but, you know, work through it. You got to win anyway.
That's what it's all about right now. Yancey, great job. And we had plenty of offensive starts here today. Shane Jamison with 5 RBIs and 3 hits, and you had 4 hits today. Deshaun did a great job, made an outstanding defensive play out at second base. Just talk about how important it was to get going early in this game.
Yeah, we just keep pushing and pushing, even though we took a big L yesterday, but we just kept pushing and just got back at it.
All right, well, you give Yancey some runs, and how fun is it to play with a guy that gets up there and gets busy so quickly?
Yeah, Yancey works his butt off every day, and so defensively especially, we're just going to work as hard as we can for him because he's working so hard for us.
All right, you guys get to play another day.
Yes, sir.
All right, Yancey Bird, Deshaun Johnson.
So there you heard Kirk Rowland interviewing Yancey Bird and Deshaun Johnson. The Red Devils come up with a big win tonight, and they will play tomorrow. And again, game times have been moved back, 2:05 and 6:05 tomorrow. I want to thank Chris Garrad and the crew at Topher Vision for their outstanding work. Grayson Young back in the studios at KLOG.com My name's Jim DeBruler. I want to thank everybody for listening and watching. Again, your final score in this ball game: Lower Columbia 11, Linn-Benton 1. Good night, everybody.